Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, KGRA proudly brings to you its Pop Culture Minefield's Dork Side of the Ring! The Dork Knight, Danny Ballard, the Atmosphere, Joe Rivers, the Dork Side of the Ring! And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Suck it!
All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard. What's happening? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Where is our fearless leader?
He's running a little late. It's okay. It's okay. As the current prediction champion, I think I can handle hosting the show till he gets back. You know.
What do you mean prediction champion?
Prediction champion. I went 7-0 last night, bro.
No way.
Yes, I did.
You did not pick Rey Mysterio, did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Unlike you two goofs who picked that.
Yeah, no.
Dom.
I picked Dominic. My bracket was busted on the second match of the night because I picked Alpha Academy.
Did
you guys look lonely out here?
Okay. Do what? Oh, we're not lonely, man. We're not lonely at all. Man,
I can contribute. I watched a few of the matches.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Did you watch the good ones?
Very cool.
Well, I had to watch the Rey Mysterio. I had to see my girl Lita and Trish Stratus and Becky, the man.
But the question is, did you see Stacy Keibler at the Hall of Fame? Did you see her?
No, I didn't. But I saw pictures. She looked hot. She always looked hot.
Yeah. She's aging gracefully. I can tell you that. She looked for dynamite. She really did.
And of course, I had to watch the Usos lose.
Yeah, well. We're going to get in all that. And plus, we've got to discuss what the match of the night was, because a lot of people are going to say it's that Usos won, but I think there was one that was better. So, we're going to discuss all that. Let me bring up the chat real quick. We'll see who's in here. Let's see. We pop in here and see who. Of course, I'm throwing myself off having the sound on. Dork's in here. He's not on screen, but he's in the chat. What's up?
He's lurking.
Yes, he's lurking. Yep. We got Daniel Hess, and we got Dork's mom. What's up?
Yep.
It's good to see you guys. All right. Well, I watched. About the only thing I didn't see this week was SmackDown, but really, did I need to watch SmackDown? It was pretty much over by that point, right?
I mean, there was a really, really good Cody promo.
Was there? I mean, I caught, I try and keep up on the wrestling news. Of course, I listen to those British guys.
And the Andre the Giant Battle Royal was actually fairly decent this year.
Bobby won that, didn't he?
He did, but I tell you what, the story of the night was when Bronson Reed eliminated LA Knight. It was the loudest boo of the night.
Yeah, I heard, dude, if they don't give LA Knight a push after WrestleMania, they are screwing up because the fans are behind his ass.
Honestly,
they dig him.
It's night 2 of WrestleMania. He's not on the card. It's in LA. He needs a WrestleMania moment. I wouldn't care if it's just him and somebody like Stone Cold or The Rock just doing a verbal exchange.
Yeah, just doing a promo of some sort.
Yeah.
And they beat each other up or something, right? Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Because we know, look, those of us that know him from outside of the WWE know that guy can cut a promo.
Well, I know him from FSW. I've known the former Sean.
I watched him in NWA. That's where I watched him at when it was Eli Drake,
I've been a fan of his for many, many years.
Yeah,
he's got some Vegas roots here.
I mean, the two guys that I think I really see, well, we won't really know until night 2's over with. But I think if they're smart, they're going to push Ford this year, of course. And I think they need to give LA Knight a push because the fans are behind him. They dig him.
Here's the problem with pushing Montez Ford.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. He does need a push.
Yeah.
But at the same time, so does Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah.
There is no Jannetty in that team, and I will pin my freaking heart on that. And I do not want to see them split up. It is possible in this world to push a tag guy as a single star without breaking up the tag team. They proved it with Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
They don't need to break up the Street Profits to push
No.
Montez forward, and I hope they don't.
And I hope they don't too. And that's why I said last week when I looked at my little alternate camera, which I don't have set up today, you know, creative, listen to me. You don't have to bust this team up if you want to push one. Or
No, I
both
mean,
of
what
them.
if Tez is like, say Tez is Intercontinental Champion or U.S. Champion down the line? You got Dawkins behind him as the ultimate hype man.
Right? The ultimate hype
Carmelo
man
Hayes,
and the
Trick
ultimate
Williams.
insurance policy, right?
Hell, turn them both heel. Make Dawkins the muscle and Tez the cerebral one. Like,
right.
make it you have Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams down in NXT. Why can't that work on the main roster with the Street Profits?
Right? Why can't it, man? Yeah, we got a lot to discuss, man. I'll be glad when the boss gets in here and we can get started with this stuff.
Well, the boss just told us to talk about AEW.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Well, I know you guys didn't see it. But
I only know the highlights.
Right. And all I'm going to tell you is they're making the moves we've been wanting them to make. Kenny's back doing singles matches now. I can't remember who he wrestled. I'd have to look it up.
Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, it was Cobb. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
and
Matter of fact, he's got a match today.
I'm a big Jeff Cobb fan.
He's got a match today against somebody in Impact because Impact and New Japan are doing or not today, but I think it was Friday. I think it was Friday or Saturday. You know, there's a bunch of promotions. 2 weeks ago, I gave you guys the rundown of what the promotions were doing leading up to WrestleMania.
Dude,
and
there has been so much wrestling this week, and especially this weekend. I haven't had hardly a chance to watch any of it. I miss Supercard of Honor. You know, I'm a big Ring of Honor guy, and I haven't even watched Supercard of Honor yet.
Oh, but I saw a highlight that came out of that from that. There was a
I
nasty
saw the Dante
spill.
Martin.
You saw
I
that?
saw the Dante Martin.
He broke his ankle. It was horrible.
That was stupid. That was a stupid spot.
It was a stupid spot.
You know,
I mean, you got to think about what you're doing, and
shame on whoever put that together because that was just reckless and dumb.
It was destined for somebody to get injured. If you haven't seen it, guys, I saw it on one of the wrestling fan Instagrams.
Well, it's like, okay, so let me try to describe this spot. So it's a ladder match.
Right.
There's the ladder in the center of the ring, and they have another one bridged between the middle ladder and the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Penta Zero, your boy.
Yes, Penta El Zero.
You know, all that.
Right.
Sets Dante Martin up for Canadian Destroyer, which, you know, we've seen Penta do hundreds of
million times. Yep.
Knows how to do it safely. But he does this Canadian Destroyer off the bridged ladder. Outside
Which basically, folks, if you can't understand what he's saying, it's above the top rope where he's doing it from. Okay, and he's going down on stacked tables.
Project of tables and chairs.
Stacked tables, not one layer of tables, 2 layers of tables on top of each other.
And there were some chairs in there too. It was a whole construction project. And you know, Canadians, the spot is supposed to be Canadians and Destroyers them through both tables.
Right.
The ground, which again,
they overshot it just a tad.
And at first, I thought Dante hurt his neck because he came down on his neck pretty damn hard. But then he clearly used his leg to break his fall to save his freaking neck, and you basically see his ankle do the Lawrence Taylor thing.
Oh yeah, it was horrible. It was your leg is not supposed to bend that way.
So was it as bad as Sid Vicious when he
not
jumped off the middle rope?
Vicious.
No.
Okay.
What it looked like, how do I describe this? I guess the closest thing we've seen here lately is what happened to Dak Prescott when he broke his ankle. You remember how his foot went sideways?
Yeah, it was flopping around.
That's what happened. He landed. I know he didn't mean to do it. Any wrestler would know to just let your legs fall flat. You know, that's what they're supposed to do. But he put his foot down when he was coming down.
And going back to that Dak Prescott thing, you know, as a human, I don't wish injury on anybody.
But you were happy to see that one.
But as an Eagles fan, I say fuck that guy.
Yeah, right. But that's what happened to him. It clearly was twisted the wrong way. It was turned around backwards. It was nasty looking, man. It really was. When you saw it on the replay, it was bad. It was bad. But anyway, the AEW stuff, dude, we had the return of Daniel Bryan, okay? And what happened was, at the end of Kenny Omega's match...
It doesn't matter what you think!
Here comes the boss.
That wasn't me.
I knew that was him.
Nobody gives two squirts of monkey piss about AEW. I was just trying to kill time until
Dude,
the
you're like
whole
Papa Shango coming in.
effing show
It's okay,
got
man.
here.
It's okay, bro. It's okay.
Hey, guys. Hey, thanks for
Hey.
picking up my slack.
I'm
But
just saying.
I had a good excuse. Look at what I just had to sign for. Look at what just came in, y'all.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, so I'm going to test this out today and give you guys a full report. I'm
Do you
actually
have your
really looking
WrestleMania
forward.
glass to drink?
It's
out
like
of?
crystal meth in a
Do you
can.
have that?
No, I have my fuel up cup.
Oh,
I have
sorry,
no. All the wrestling cups I have, people have broken over the years, and it's very disheartening. But
I got a Mountain Dew.
I got a wrestling cup. I've got a WrestleMania Goes Hollywood background. I've got the Prediction Champs belt.
hey, so
Is anybody
I
going to
actually,
be able to take it away from me? What's
so
up?
actually, Johnny, I thought you agreed with us on the Street Profits. Since you picked Alpha Academy, you and I tied.
Yeah.
You're both
so-
two behind me.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, yeah.
Wait,
I got a two-
actually, wait a minute.
two-
I might have to
two-match
watch the
setup
episode.
on you.
I think we might. Whoa, Danny, there might be an asterisk on that. It might
Well,
be-
I mean, I went back and I watched the episode and I took notes. And unless I was high, which there's a good chance of that,
I think I did pick Street Profits on the
I
episode.
think you picked Street Profits. So, like, Joe came in first, you came in second, I came in
Okay.
third.
I think the only okay. So if I pick Street
It's fine.
Profits on the episode, which
You only
I'm
missed one.
thinking back
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
again, I only missed the Dominic.
Yeah, you and
Yeah.
I agreed on Dominic.
You
and,
two went full dork, which you shouldn't have. And
Hey,
picked
well, I'm a
Dominic.
dork.
Yeah.
So you know.
All right, so refresh my memory. What were my picks for night 2?
Well, see, I'll get into that in a bit.
Yeah,
That's
when
what we're gonna. Yeah.
let's go over that later on. So
Yeah.
if we want to scratch and adjust,
That's what I was gonna say. Like, we're
Yeah.
gonna at the end of the
Okay.
show, we'll go over our picks and make adjustments if necessary. It's like, for example, after watching this week's television, I probably would have changed my Seth Rollins prediction because Logan Paul knocked him out a second time after we had
Yeah.
our show last week. So I was like, damn, there's no way Logan Paul's going to win now. You know, he gets to knock him out cold twice, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know,
Now,
I
for
stand by
me-
my stuff, you know.
For me, it was the fact that he said it was his birthday, and we all know WWE does not like their wrestlers to have nice things on their birthday
No.
Or in their hometown.
or in their hometown.
Yeah.
No, they like to screw job them in their hometown, don't they, Danny?
Yeah.
Yeah, they really, WWE does. AEW is quite the opposite. but-
Yeah,
They're quite the
exactly. Yeah.
opposite. They put you over in your hometown. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
So Anima's in the chat. Hey, Anima, thanks so much for stopping by. I know you're not a fan, but I appreciate you swinging by to give a... Hey, my friend Amanda Broken Birds is here. Hey, hon. Thanks for stopping by. We got TJ. I'll butcher the rest of that, so I'll just go with TJ. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, and I heard you welcome everybody else earlier. Zach's hasn't watched WrestleMania
Yeah,
yet,
I
so
hate it because I love Zax to death, but that's
Yeah.
cool, man. We understand. Yeah.
But I don't know about you guys. I had so much fun watching WrestleMania last night.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, let's do. I want to do a little.
Did
quick,
you do a live stream?
No, I'm doing one with Joe tonight, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm hoping to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
so,
I have a WrestleMania / housewarming party to go to, and there's going to be like 30 people there. So
yeah,
I'll
you always
try to
have an
break away,
excuse.
I'll try to break away between matches, and a lot of it's probably going to be like, "Shut up! I'm trying to hear the commentary. Stop talking, people." Like,
Right.
Going to be a lot of that.
Well, I want to do a quick. I'm just going to run through it really quick. Recap of Raw. Becky Lynch defeats Io Sky. Seth Rollins defeats Mustafa Ali. Omos and Brock Lesnar have a weigh-in that was pointless. And
Yeah.
I am completely convinced now that we are all correct with our predictions that we made. Lesnar's going to win because of
They've been putting Omos
Yeah.
over too much. Yeah.
Braun and Ricochet with the Street Profits defeated Alpha Academy and the Raiders. Ricochet got the pin, looked really good, which is how just
Which now I knew
reinforced.
Ricochet wasn't winning.
Yeah, it's how it reinforced that the Street Profits were going to win, and they
Yep.
did. Then we had an empty arena promo with Austin Theory. That was kind of weird.
That was
Uh,
stupid. Didn't
yeah.
understand it.
We
Thought it
got
was
Stacy
dumb.
Keibler. Yeah, we got Stacy Keibler being announced into the Hall of Fame. Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green beat Mia Yim and some other chick to get into the match tonight. Damian Priest lost to Ray via DQ, which
Yep.
Again, I still would have picked Dominic to win, so I still would have got that wrong. Gunther just effing destroys Dolph Ziggler. I feel bad for Dolph Ziggler.
Why feel bad for Dolph? That's his job now.
In like an amazing match, Cody Rhodes gives Solo Sikoa his first pinfall loss.
Yes, he did. I was shocked to see that.
Well,
Yeah.
somebody
I
had
really
to win.
was. I
don't
thought
think
they
wanted to
would
make
not
Cody
let
lose.
him lose yet.
Yeah.
To put some but hey, that may be the first step in the total destruction of
Yeah.
the table, if you know
So
what
we
I'm
get
saying.
and then real quick again, just run through SmackDown. I guess you didn't watch it, Joe. I think I heard you say.
I didn't see it, but
I watched
I heard the promo that Cody did was really good.
Yeah, that's at the end. So they open up with the undisputed tag team champions. The Usos come out, just talking some smack. But then the Street Profits, they come out for their opening match. There's a little bit of a stare down. Again, just adding fuel to the fire. I was like, yeah, Street Profits are going to win, which they did, and I was happy about that. We got the fatal four-way between Montez, Ricochet, Chad Gable, and one of the Viking Raiders. I don't know which, but Ricochet won, which
I believe it was Ivar.
yeah,
Oh, no, it was Eric. Ivar was in
who gives a shit? They suck. Then we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which before Bobby Lashley was announced to be in it, I would have picked probably LA Knight to win.
Yeah.
But because Bobby Lashley got screwed out of his, WrestleMania match, they I guess the consolation prizes they gave him to win there.
Not really screwed when the guy gets hurt.
Is he hurt though? There's a lot of
Yeah,
conflicting
Braves-
reports. There's a lot of conflicting
I'm wondering
reports.
what is going on with Wyatt. I really, this
So
is
in-
getting old.
Yeah, and
To be honest, I think he's possibly exaggerating an injury because I said it a few weeks ago. Bray Wyatt's trying to tell a story, and I'm on board for Bray's stories because the payoff is always good.
It is always good.
He is
But
one of the most
man,
creative minds, and I felt like having the wall of WrestleMania and being backed up into that interfered with his creative process. There was no good story. There was no good match for him at Mania because the story's still being told. It's like somebody trying to skip and read the last page of a book.
Yeah. They haven't
All right.
built
So,
anything yet.
I'm kind of okay with Bray Wyatt not being on the card because I want to see the rest of the story.
I'm more than
As
okay with Bray Wyatt not being on the card. My problem is Bobby Lashley not being on it. But let me zoom through this real quick. So the next match was a fatal four-way match with
Hold
the
on,
chicks.
Real quick. You know what a quick solution is? Bobby Lashley versus LA Knight. No build, no story.
How
I
about
just want to see those guys.
How about Bobby Lashley versus the one member of Judgment Day who happens to be probably the best one besides the female?
Triple threat?
Yeah.
Throw in Damian
He doesn't
Priest.
have a match either. You know
Give
what
him
I'm
a
saying?
WrestleMania payday.
You got Finn Balor's got a match. Dom got a match. Rhea got a match.
More
What about
than a match?
What about number 4?
All righty. Again, for the third time. I just want to get through this really quick and we'll get on to WrestleMania.
sir.
There's a fatal four-way match with Raquel Rodriguez, Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Natalya. Surprisingly, Rodriguez won that match. I would have given it to Baszler, but probably since Ronda and Baszler are a sure thing for their match later, I can live with that. We got Drew McIntyre and Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser and that other guy, Giovanni, whatever. McIntyre and Sheamus won, but there's definitely trouble in paradise with those guys. And then the final segment was the Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns face-to-face. It actually wasn't that great, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. So I'll let you guys talk about that. Then I'd like to breeze through the Hall of Fame, and then we can get into the results of WrestleMania Night 1. So you tell me why I'm wrong about that promo, Johnny. I know you want to.
I think Cody's the best babyface promo in the business right now.
Oh, I agree, but it was it
And,
wasn't just a promo; it was a confrontation with Roman Reigns. I felt like
the confrontation was poops, but the promo before it was good. I mean, like all Roman really did was come out and wave the belt in his face.
It literally.
When you're the champ, what else needs to be said?
It was about 3.5 minutes. It took him about 3.5 minutes to walk out to the ring, and he only spoke for 1.5 minutes. Just
hey, maybe his promo got cut for time. You know, it's funny. Like when they debuted the WrestleMania, like when I saw the WrestleMania stage for the first time, like I didn't see the preview they posted a few days ago. So when I turned it on, that was the first I saw of the set, and I saw that long ass ramp. I'm like, oh my god, Roman's entrance is going to take 20 minutes.
We'll see. That's tonight. All right. Well, if there's nothing that you guys want to add, did you guys get to watch the Hall of Fame?
I did not.
I guess I'm the only one that watched it.
I watched Stacy Keibler and I watched Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I watched Rey
everything I
Mysterio.
needed to watch.
I
Everything
did hear,
in between
what Ray had to
was
say.
so what. Everything in between was so what.
Keibler started out. She was first, and it was nice. They showed some cool pictures of her as a fan in the crowd. Good. She looks amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, she's aging gracefully. She's not getting too much surgery. She looks great.
They had.
It's funny because she used to date George Clooney, and I say the same thing about him. That man is.
Now she's got a $200 million husband.
Whoa, who's she married to?
Guy named I want to say it's Pobre.
Not me.
Pobre. He's a businessman, I believe.
What's he do?
I don't know, man. I was looking it up today.
I'm in the wrong business, clearly. This podcasting ain't paying the bills.
Go ahead, Danny.
I want to do what that guy does.
I don't remember the exact order, but you guys were right. Jerry Lawler had to do a video thing for Kaufman. He wasn't there in person, but they did have Jimmy Hart, who also was involved in that angle. So they did a little video with Jerry Lawler. Then he introduced Jimmy Hart in the video. Jimmy Hart came out, told some funny stories about the Andy Kaufman thing. We also got
how's King looking? Because I know he had that hell scare.
Who? King? He looked fine. It was just, but it was a video, you know. So I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't think he's fit to travel right now.
Yeah.
He almost died.
And then we had the Tim White thing was really nice. It was really touching. He got the Warrior Award. His brothers came out there and accepted for him. Actually, his brother, like a lot of his, like 3 or 4 of his family members came out, and it was really, really sweet. And I didn't know that the bar the APA constantly destroyed was Tim White's bar.
Yeah.
And anytime he needed something, no, like they were telling this story because the APA came out to introduce his family. So they were the ones that actually inducted him, Bradshaw and Farouk or Ron Simmons. And it was funny because he was like, he said that anytime Timmy needed like a new television or a new wall or anything redecorated, he would call WWE and say, "Hey, can you guys trash my place so the insurance can pay for it?" Which I thought was pretty funny.
Tim White, he got injured on the job in the Hell in a Cell match, didn't he? And it cost him his career, right?
Oh, I don't remember.
Like, yeah, no, I remember he actually got I think it was a concussion or something like that. He got a bad concussion during one of the Hell in a Cell matches that he reffed. And that actually took him out of the business. And I felt really bad for him all the time because he's,
I didn't.
I mean, he was one of those refs of the Attitude Era that were just always there, like him, and Earl Hebner and Mike Chioda. We don't give our referees enough credit. So
no, for sure. So there's one more besides Ray that I'm spacing on. I feel bad about that.
Great Muta.
Boy.
Great Muta. Thank you.
The Great Muta. Yeah.
Who I didn't really think he's ever wrestled a WWE match.
Never, not one. But I tell you what. So I'm man enough to admit that I was totally wrong with my Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio stuff from top to bottom. Completely wrong. That said, how effing awesome. They've never used the Hall of Fame to tie in a storyline. That would have been great. The only thing that happened was Dom and Rhea and Damian stood up about 2 or 3 minutes into Ray's speech and walked out.
They upstaged him there for a second.
And that was it.
Yeah, but they shuffled him back in because they showed pictures. This was the greatest picture I saw coming out of the Hall of Fame, and I just saw this on Twitter. Dominic is in tears because, character or not, he's got.
That's his dad.
Here's the thing, man.
Dominic's in tears. Rhea's standing next to him.
Okay, he's breaking kayfabe. I can't do that. I don't know anything about this. I don't.
You see Buddy Murphy behind.
Oh God, I don't want to. Don't break kayfabe for me. I don't know. No, I don't want to break kayfabe on here. I don't like. I purposely avoid Dominic because somebody who was that?
Such a Jim Cornette homer.
Booker
I
T.
Swear to God, bro.
No, it's not just that. Booker T was actually giving Dominic shit for posting pictures of him and his real life girlfriend on social media because he's like, "You're killing the storyline. You're killing kayfabe. You're breaking the gimmick." And he's right.
Yeah, but Buddy Murphy's doing the same thing on Twitter. Be like, "Oh, she's my mommy." You're like, "I'm her pop." And
here's the thing: I don't follow that guy. I don't give two squirts of monkey piss about that guy. He's over in AEW. Yeah, man. I don't like. Let's not break the kayfabe. Come on. I'm trying to suspend. I'm a child here. I'm trying to suspend disbelief.
I'm not your buddy.
Joe, there's nothing wrong with being a member of the Cult of Cornette. He's a legendary.
I didn't say I listen to Cornette. I love Cornette. But damn,
brilliant wrestling mind.
I love Cornette.
Yeah,
but I
he is a
agree with
brilliant
everything he says.
wrestling mind. But
All right, so I did a fast track through this week's WWE and wrestling. What I'd like to do right now is take a moment to say, hey man, it's been a week. How are you, Joe? How's it been?
I'm doing great, man.
Anything new happened since we talked last?
Not really. I'm just working on getting the outer deck done. I was hoping to have it done tonight so I could have watch.
What do you mean done? Are you building a deck? Or are you just like resealing it or painting it? What are you doing?
No, I'm putting one together.
I helped my uncle build a deck back in the day. So yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot.
How big is it?
It's to go with a 13 by 13 pergola. So what I did was I bought 4 sections of prefabbed privacy fence. 6 by 8 sections. So I'm gonna lay those end to end and do like a 4 square of it, and then I'm gonna frame it all up. I got a bunch of 2x4s to reinforce because that's really flimsy.
That's gonna be your floor. The fence.
That's my floor. Yeah,
that's gonna work.
I got a bunch of 2x4s to support the gaps. You understand?
I want to see some pictures of this, if you don't mind, during the process and then the finish.
I'll do the process, But we already, when my kids were here, you remember when I told you my kids were here?
A couple weeks ago.
We put the pergola together, which is basically it's a big metal square gazebo. Basically, is what it is. Yeah. And this floor is going to go underneath that. Yeah. And we're going to set up.
Is it all anchored down? Because everybody I know that does the pergolas or even like the aftermarket gazebos that you like that aren't built on site that you buy and you bring like from Sam's Club or whatever, Costco, because of the wind here, they constantly get blown away. I don't know if wind's in it.
Alley, man. Yeah.
So you got it anchored down.
Anchored down. Yeah.
All right. I used to live in McPherson, Kansas, and for a little bit in Oklahoma City. So I've lived through my fair share of tornadoes. So
yeah, you heard what happened to our neighbors next to us last week, right? They had
man, I don't watch the news.
Tornado that killed 26 people in Mississippi. Yeah.
So. Vader's here to give me shit. I know, man. I just like to suspend disbelief. Thanks for coming by, Vader. If you ever want to jump on, even if it's for a couple minutes, we'd love to have you, especially talking about WrestleMania. WrestleMania, let's be real, man. People that where's Das Wolfen? He left a second ago, but when he comes
don't
back,
even watch wrestling.
People that don't even. Yep. Hey, there he is. Like John, you said you watched it, right? The WrestleMania.
Yeah, I watched several matches. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. But
well, that's my point. Some people, the casual wrestling fan, will tune in for WrestleMania. Non-wrestling fans, especially if they're like I bet you a ton of people who didn't know anything about wrestling but were huge fans of Logan Paul tuned in,
watched it.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
There's 3 things I watch religiously every year: the Super Bowl, the Academy Awards, and WrestleMania.
I
watch all 3 of those religiously every year.
Oh, Vader, I would have just given you my login for free, but yeah, it's only $5. It's the best $5 you're going to spend on streaming. You get all the WWE shows, not Raw and Smack, but pay-per-view premium live events. You get all the content from the WWE
Their
network,
library.
Yeah, their whole library, which they're still adding to, by the way, which I didn't
Mhm.
realize. Like they're still making new content.
Yep.
And then, for people like me, I'm a huge Quantum Leap fan. They've got not only the new series, but the entire archive of the original 5 seasons on there. They've
Yeah.
got all the Star Trek stuff, except not the movies, which I thought was
No,
weird.
Star Trek's on Paramount.
Yeah, no, the movies actually the movies aren't on Paramount. The movies are on HBO Max. And you're right, I was confusing my Paramount with Peacock a second there. There's no Star Trek on
But
Peacock.
one thing I do like about Peacock is I think they have a deal with Blumhouse, the production company who does a lot of horror movies. So you get a lot of first run horror movies like going to Peacock like straight after the theatrical run. So like I just saw that movie Megan with the little girl murder bot.
Mhm.
It was
When
pretty good.
did here we go. Remo hopped in. Sorry I missed you, buddy. He was talking, I guess he came in during the Hall of Fame talk. He said Rick was wasted introing Muda. Asuka popped when Muda shot missed. Yeah, no, it was I do remember that. I hate that I did just kind of breeze over Muda, but I don't know
I
anything
skipped over.
about him.
I watched
Honestly, I
Stacy
think the only
Keibler
reason they didn't
and
have
Rey
Asuka
Mysterio. That's what I
Dude,
watched.
Muda is Asuka can't really speak English that well.
Okay, Monkey Jeebus, I'm not even going to justify that by showing it or repeating
Wow, man, it did
Wow,
not
that's a
suck.
hot take.
What-
You're just trolling
Jeebus,
us, man.
whatever.
You're just
yeah,
trolling
he's
us.
trolling.
It is a
Last night did not
hot-
suck. It was
Well, let's
actually
talk
pretty
about
good.
it. So we knew I watched the pre-show just because of Booker T, and I know nothing happened. It was just a bunch of recap, but man, they had Stephen A. Smith came on from ESPN, and he had a really cool exchange with Booker T. Booker T was trying to talk him into joining WWE when he retires, and Stephen A. Smith said the only way he'd do it is if he could be like a Bobby the Brain Heenan type of
Right.
heel manager. He said that's the only
That's
thing.
kick ass.
Yeah, and I was like,
He'd
dude,
be great at it.
now
too,
that he
I
man.
think
said-
Stephen A is a heel manager.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
now that he said it, I'm like, please God, let that happen.
Right?
So, did anybody know who was the boxer they had on there? What's his name? Ryan Garcia or something like that. He's like
The who?
They had a boxer. He's got a big fight coming up in a couple weeks. And,
Oh yeah. Booker T.
let
was
me
talking-
tell you something. This guy on the mic is dog poo. They were asking him questions, and he had that deer in the headlights. Yeah, okay, I this might happen, but then all of a sudden, the minute they plugged his fight, all of a sudden he like went into
He went into promo mode.
Superman,
Right?
super promo, because all of a sudden he's just putting himself over, and he sounds like he's freaking John Cena all of a sudden. Like,
Right.
he goes from deer in the headlights the minute they start talking about his fight and shit.
Well,
that
he also said that he was a fan, so he might have been intimidated. I mean, even like it happens all the time. Even famous people get intimidated by other famous people because at some point you're always a fan. You started out as a fan,
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody gets popped out their mama's twat a movie star. It just don't happen. I mean,
Yeah.
Is that the case?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
Unless
Am
your
I
name's
wrong?
Tom
Kevin Owens
Cruise.
did a match with his
Nah,
idol.
Tom Cruise wasn't born.
Like,
Like I can't think of anybody. It was like their mom was so famous, or dad, whatever, that when
Jamie
they
Lee
were
Curtis.
born, they were famous
Carrie Fisher.
from the
Jamie Lee
moment they were
Curtis.
born. From the moment
Jamie
they
Lee
were born.
Curtis. Let me say it again.
Really? From the moment she was born.
Tony Curtis and Janet Lee. That's
Yeah,
Hollywood royalty,
she's-
bro.
yeah,
They just
that's-
make
The
yeah.
girl who got killed in Psycho and Tony Curtis. Okay.
Yeah, I
She's
know.
Hollywood royalty.
I get
She
that.
was-
I'm not
she was
disputing
due
that.
for greatness the second she got in front of a camera.
I'm talking about like they.
and now she's got an Oscar.
So Vader's got a good thing. He's not sure. So let me ask you something, and I'll ask the panel. And Vader, I'm asking you as well. So please respond in the chat. And yeah, I agree. But here's the thing: until they broke it up into 2 nights, I don't know if you guys remember. It was like
4
it
hours
20
long.
no,
It was long.
no.
It was like 8. I think
It was 8
record-
hours. So yeah, I want to say it was
33
2017.
or 34. The one in
I don't-
Orlando.
It was super long.
Yeah.
The one in
And,
Orlando, I think, holds the record for the longest one.
Yeah, it was like 8 hours. It was and even longer if you include the pre-show.
It was a slog.
Yeah, so they decided to. This was within the last 5 years. I don't remember which one it was. It was definitely within the last 5 years. So they switched to the 2-night format, and so
It was during the COVID thing is when they decided to do
Yeah,
it.
the
to try
first
and get
Was
people
it?
two-night
to
one
watch.
was
Yeah.
36.
was it during COVID? Okay,
Yes.
so
That
then,
was the
so yeah,
Performance Center one.
so we're looking at 2017 or 18 was that one that was obscenely long, and then the one after that. So then the 2019 WrestleMania was still long. It was still over like 7 hours long.
That was 35. That was the Kofi Mania one. That was the last super long one. And yeah, that was a slog too.
Yeah. So cut it to well. It's funny you say that, Vader. Last night there were 7 announced matches plus the Pat McAfee thing, which I can't wait to talk to you guys about. So there were technically 8 matches on last night's show.
I
Now,
love me some Pat McAfee.
now tonight there are only 6 matches announced for tonight.
I have a theory on that.
Well, then do share.
Not an Austin theory, is it?
Oh God, I hope not.
No,
Not
no.
a U.S. champion, is it?
No, I think that when the fatal 4-way women's match is over, I think Becky and Lita are going to come out and challenge the winners of that. That's what I heard in the rumor mill.
Okay, so dude, no, remember I called that, but it was supposed to be 2 different nights. But you think they're going to do? You think they're?
What if Shayna and Ronda just squash them in less than like 5
They
minutes?
will.
Hold up. And here's the thing: it helped. Wow, I like this idea because in Lost they still because they just wrestled this long match and blah blah blah. Well, I guess Ronda and Shayna could say the same thing because it was 2 different days. Yeah.
I don't like it, but go ahead if you want.
Well, no, that was I actually in the video last week. I said that Becky mentioned that on a podcast. Remember? Yeah. So that could be cool. I was just going to say I thought it was because the matches were going to be longer because you've got a Hell in a Cell match. That alone is.
That's going to be a minute.
Set up and take down.
Alone,
for an Hell in a Cell match, I see Brock and Omos being very, very short.
Yeah. That
this is
go long.
No,
Yeah.
I'm telling you
Omos
right now.
can't go longer than 10 minutes. Brock doesn't want to go longer.
No, this is exactly what has to happen. Omos, like something happens, Brock punks him, puts him in the F5, and beats him. This match needs to be no more than 2 minutes. Seriously, that's
German F5 1 2 3.
Perfect. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, Omos goes for something. Big clumsy bastard spins around. Brock gets him for the suplex.
German.
Picks him up. Gives him one more.
Suplex City.
Picks him up. Hell, give him another one just because, at least 3, and then pick him up. F5 that giant sumbitch and pin him 1 2 3. Yeah, I'm calling it. That has to be how it goes.
I love Matt Vader's comment there. Omos.
Right?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about that guy? But no, Lesnar needs to destroy him. That match better be.
Giant Gonzalez bodysuit.
Omos
it
being
needs to be
in
90
this
seconds.
is the clearest indicator that Vince has his grubby little hand in there.
Oh,
just
did
a
you
little
hear
bit.
the news that he had an office set up backstage just outside of Gorilla all night last night?
He's got
Who, Vince?
just a little bit in
Yeah,
there. He's got his fingers in there.
It was all
just
over
a
the
little
dirt
bit.
sheets this morning, late last night / this morning. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
But not even he can screw up this weekend because if night 1 is any indicator, the long-term booking that Mr. Levesque has been doing is paying off.
Yeah.
Because did we get some great shit last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this goes back to Vader's point. I actually agree with Remo here, which is what I was getting to, but I got derailed because pot. He says, I like having an entire weekend personally, but the showcase matches were obviously filler and just to get people on the card. Now, and I agree with that, but I'll be honest, I do like this idea. I mean, they were always doing a WrestleMania week anyway. So you get your SmackDown Friday, you get your WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday, and then you get the Raw after show. It's always like the biggest Raw.
And NXT TakeOver as well.
I don't count NXT. So anyway, so you have these.
Stand and Deliver was good. You should watch it. It was pretty good.
I mean, there's only so many hours in the week, bro.
Well, I agree.
That's why I didn't watch. I didn't even watch. Yeah, I didn't watch any AEW this week. Not only did I not watch any of it, I apologize. I didn't even watch the ups and downs for it. I was just zoned into
in
WrestleMania.
The hours I
all
had
week.
allocated to watch AEW, I took the lady friend to a movie. So,
What'd you see?
if you haven't seen John Wick Volume 4 yet, it's really
Holy shit. John
so
Wick 4
good.
is so good. I want to see it again. Have you guys seen it, John or Joe?
Nope.
I'm actually gonna go probably Tuesday. I was gonna go last Tuesday, but I didn't feel well.
Make
That
sure you
movie's-
pee first because it is almost 3 hours long.
Yeah.
I
it's-
haven't seen
yeah.
Parabellum yet, so I got to watch that first.
Oh, this movie
Oh
takes
my
place
God!
like right. You have to watch Parabellum. Yeah. In
Yeah,
fact, I would
Parabellum.
highly recommend. What I did was I watched 1, 2, 3, and then went and saw 4,
Mhm.
and it was oh my god,
I've
fucking-
seen
I
1
love it.
and 2.
It ends
It all started
perfectly.
with a dog.
It's a great story. Like I like the like everything is cool, and they built the world, so there are gonna be tons of spinoffs.
Mhm. Dude, I love the Donnie.
I
Yen
want
one.
to see a picture of that. So for those who can't see for those of you guys on video, Remo
Oh
says
God, friggin'
Vince dyed his hair and
Oh,
grew
he
a
looks like
yes.
Gomez
Oh
mustache.
my God, he
Adams.
looks hideous.
He said,
And he's
"Dude,
got a
looks
fucking,
like Vincent." Have you seen it? I want to see a picture of this
I've
thing.
Dude, he
seen
looks
it.
like
Hang on,
Gomez
I'll
from-
try
he
and
looks like
find
Raul
it.
Julia.
Yeah, I
Brian
have not.
Alvarez did a meme of it this week. Yeah, it was horrible.
Hey, look at
man.
that.
It was
Hey,
horrible.
John Wick 4 is mother approved. My mom says John Wick action
Hey.
packed fun time. Action packed fun time. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I saw D&D on Friday.
Was it
See, I
good,
want to
man?
see that, but I'm waiting for my.
I
roommate.
loved it.
Oh, good.
Oh my god.
I've heard really good things.
So Remo just sent me the picture. That is
Okay.
Post it for the
creepy.
kids.
Yeah,
Post
put
it
it
for
up,
all
man.
of us.
Creepy.
I was just fixing to search, but if he's already got it, go.
Oh well, here. I have to.
It's horrible. He looks like
It's so creepy.
an Italian dictator. It's ridiculous, man.
Present. It's still. I'm
You
still
did
looking
notice
for
my
the word
tagline.
share.
It does both. Where's our little names? Because
Let's see if I
Yeah,
can
check
zoom
him
in.
out, man.
I
There you
can't
go.
read yours while we're small.
oh
Look at
yeah,
that.
no,
brother.
it's funny that he said he looked
Check
like
at
Vince
that.
out. Looking
Tell
hot
me,
at 70
that
whatever,
is-
isn't he?
Tell me that isn't like the creepiest version of Vince McMahon you've ever seen. He looks like
Yeah.
a rapist now.
He looks
Like
like
this is
he's-
not. This is not. He's dyeing his hair. He's doing like what is with this guy?
What did Gregory Hines say in Running Scared? What do you want me to do? Sweat garlic for you? Lose a war? I mean,
Jesus.
jeez.
No, it's
Yeah,
funny.
he looks
if you-
Italiano heat.
Oh man. Vincenzo McMahon, he says. That's
See, Vader
awesome.
should be on
Enzo
the show.
Macamano.
It's
Yeah, right.
horrible, man. You're supposed to have your midlife crisis when you're in your 40s, man. Not in your 70s, bro. That guy.
He's
is
having
Well,
Well,
if you
off.
take his parents into account, I mean, midlife for him should have been about 55, and so that's 30 years because he's like 75 or 7 or something like that or 8. What
I'm
is he?
not
He's
sure.
late
Drinking that
70s.
adrenochrome.
Yeah.
don't really know.
Yeah.
So basically, when Attitude Era was going on, the start of Attitude Era is when he was going into his midlife crisis.
That makes sense.
So the Mr. McMahon character is his midlife crisis.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah.
He got to
I
live
hate-
his midlife crisis.
I hate to bust up the bash Vince McMahon party, but we got to get into these matches.
Why?
or
We
we're not
love
going to be
the
able to get
best
into the
Vince
next
McMahon
week.
part.
Well,
Excuse
shit,
me,
dude. We
tonight.
I
So-
think we're doing great on time. I zoomed through those, and we're just, I don't even know. We got to do a poll. I don't know how to do it. So, John, you probably do. I think you have control of the YouTube. Do a poll for me in the chat.
Actually, I don't have control of YouTube.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
No, that's
boo.
Martine, and I kept getting told, "Yeah, we'll get you set up." Never happened. So
Nope,
now I'm
it's
gonna
fine.
have to. No, it's not fine. God damn it,
We don't,
Gary.
We don't need to have a production meeting right here in the middle of the show.
It's
Come
not
on.
you guys. It's Gary.
Planning, pal.
Let's go.
Planning.
All right. So, well, anyway, maybe you guys. There's not a ton of you here anyway. Should we cover AEW in the future? Let's just like yes or no. Just get throw them out in the
Yes.
chat.
I'm
In
saying
the future,
yes.
wait,
You type the word yes in the YouTube chat then, because I'm going to count and whatever the tally is at the end of the show. That's what I'm sticking with because it's just I don't know if it's worth it.
I can give you a quick rundown if you want me to.
He really
I want to
did.
talk about MJF every opportunity I can.
Oh,
That
my
fire-
God.
I did watch the promo he cut with Jungle Boy.
So here's what I'm thinking, guys. You know what? This is production meeting stuff, but maybe we should do like a WWE show that I host and an AEW show on like another day that one of you guys hosts. Because I don't know. I'm kind of over it. Or maybe when you talk AEW, that's when I
You've
can
got
make
me
the
for
smoke.
these 2 hours every week, and that's it. You're not
So we'll
getting any
do-
extra out of me.
So we'll do 2 1-hour shows. Anywho,
Speaking of that, 2-hour shows, like we're coming up on the break here, and we haven't done State of the Apron. Do we not have a State?
Oh,
of the
he's
We're
not.
not
No,
doing State of
we're
the
not.
Apron, man.
There's no.
Oh, we're
State
not?
of the-
It's
Okay.
WrestleMania weekend, bro.
WrestleMania weekend. We did.
You ain't got time for that.
Yeah, you clearly
sad-
don't
the
read
sad thing
the
is-
chat.
Man, Super Card of Honor would be something I'd want to talk about had I watched it, but I heard it was a banger.
But you
I'm gonna watch
didn't,
it.
so it can be on State of the Apron next week.
Well, as a normie, and in this case, I am a normie because I'm just starting to get back into wrestling after
Right.
years of being away.
Yes.
I think the smaller promotions should band together and do more interpromotional stuff.
well,
they
they,
do.
They
do.
have to.
All
I know
week.
they do,
Yeah.
but I mean, like, you know, and actually make their own little federation with their own federation belts.
Mhm.
Almost like a national wrestling
Alliance.
Yes, that's
They should.
that's where I got the idea
Maybe their
from.
belt should be 10 pounds of solid gold.
Gold, yeah, the 10 pounds of
10
gold.
No. According to Tyrus, it's 12 pounds of gold now.
Well, yeah, he's
Because
got
they
2
had to
pounds
make
of
it to fit
bullshit.
him.
Yeah,
All
more
right,
like
so
10 pounds of bullshit.
so what did you want to get into?
I bet
We're
Tyrus's
still-
belt is made of chocolate and just has gold wrapping.
So can we cover? We got. I don't think we have enough time to cover all of them, but let's start. Let's
we
cover the
got an hour
WrestleMania
to
match.
cover night one. We can do it. We can do
Well,
it.
we also I want to do our predictions too.
Yeah,
so
I was fixing to say. That's why I said, let's get started, man.
yeah, so first match of the night, Austin Theory. Now I even tweeted. I live tweet this stuff. I tag you guys in it. I don't get any interaction until 24 hours later. From
Dude,
you two.
I'm
It's
at
hilarious.
work. If you give me garbage about that one more time,
Or 10
I'm
to
at
6,
work.
man. I have a day job.
You
Yeah, fair
know?
enough. It's a weekend, but okay.
If I didn't have a
yeah,
day job,
I
I
work
would be on Joe's show.
31 hours between Friday and Saturday, so please stop.
My
I
bad, dude.
work.
Okay.
Yeah, if I was free on Wednesdays, I'd be on Joe's show.
I couldn't watch
Yeah.
all of WrestleMania until this morning.
Yeah, I know. You texted me that, and Peacock wouldn't let you rewind. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, when I got
No,
up to the,
oh,
when I
so I
got up
missed
to
the
the
first match
resident
you
manager's
scheduled.
office or room, I have a room there, and when I got up there and had everybody bedded down for the night, I turned it on. I got to see the very end when it started, right when, what is that idiot's name that's hosting the next one? Bad Bunny grabbed the chain from fucking Dom. That's the first thing I saw.
Oh, that's the first thing you
Okay,
saw.
Yeah.
that's the first thing I saw, and I could watch the rest of it, but I couldn't rewind before that.
After seeing that guy, I still have no idea who he is. I know he's some rapper or
Who, Bad
something,
Bunny?
but
Oh,
He's
Yeah.
famous.
DJ.
He's a
Yeah.
famous guy. He's famous.
he's a
somehow.
global.
I don't know. He's a singer. He's not a DJ. He sings.
He's a rapper.
the shame is, I know
Or
more about
raps.
KSI than I know about this Bad Bunny guy.
Yo, KSI. We'll get
But-
to him.
The Austin Theory match, I thought it was good.
It was good.
I think it's funny that John is growing his hair out when he's going bald now. He's trying to do the
Yeah.
comb over thing, and it's not working out for him. John, just embrace the baldness. Stop trying
Yep.
to make the hair.
Oh yeah,
out.
did you guys?
man.
Yeah, did you see
This
my
is your
tweet?
future.
No,
I tweeted. I was like, the only thing I can think of while I watch this match is that John Cena should shave his head, and then Austin Theory should shave his face.
See?
embrace
John
the
Cena's learned to
baldness.
wear
It's
hats.
not
You
as
know,
bad
He
as you
loves
think.
hats.
Yeah.
Embrace the baldness.
John Cena
Embrace
just
the
takes
hats
this
instead
too
of
much
embrace the
to
hate.
heart. Thinks nobody can see.
We can see John. Shave the head.
Can't see
But
my
yeah,
bald
it was a good
spot.
match. It was a good opener.
It was. And I don't think they did the kid any favors though, because he cheated. He still,
Oh yeah,
so,
a
like,
bunch.
he didn't get a clean victory.
I told my
so-
wife when we were watching it this morning. I said, I if I was the booker for this, if there was a rubber match or the next guy he wrestles, as soon as he tries something like that, I would have that guy demolish him. Not even worry about winning the match, just destroy him for doing it. You know what I mean?
Come on,
Because they made him look
I
like
love when
Mike
he did the
Tyson
Mike
versus
Tyson spot.
Holyfield. Bit his ear.
He did the Tyson.
What else
Yeah.
did he bite? He bit something else. I can't remember what
Bit
it
his
was.
Bit his
hand.
arm when he was
Bit
in
his
the STF.
hand.
When he was in the STF,
Then he
bit
gave
his
him the
hand.
fucking the shot felt
The
round the
low blow.
world. You know.
Yeah, so they like
The Ric
what do you
Flair
guys?
patented undercarriage.
Oh, you
Yeah,
know.
I
Boom.
really think there should be like I think they should have another match. What do you think?
Oh,
They probably will.
Look at
I don't think John Cena. The only match I want to see John Cena in again is if he's got a legit shot at the title to break Flair's record. That's the only time I want to see him again.
They're not
Hear-
going to let him do
hear
that.
me out.
I know they're
hear
not,
me out.
but-
Hear me out. Not while Rick's alive. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Charlotte's going to do it. Rick's not, or John Cena's not going to do it. Charlotte's going to do it.
So hear me out. Hear me out. So Cena and Theory have a rematch at Backlash for the title, and Cena wins. Okay, so then they have a rubber match.
Do a threefer?
Yeah, do a trilogy, and then not only does he beat John Cena, he beats him clean for the title. That's how you build a star.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
John Cena's on the way out, Austin Theory's on the way up. Like, if this is all they give him, it's kind of like it's not really passing the torch. It's kind of like, I'm just gonna leave the torch here. Just gonna leave it right there.
It's not passing the torch, especially when you cheat. You're right.
Yeah.
You're
Pick it up,
absolutely
kid.
right.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
I think they should have the trilogy match, and and that'd be cool to like, because everybody lose their damn minds if John Cena won again, and he could do his open challenge, and he'd
Yeah.
have 4 or 5 weeks to beat people every week until he fights Austin Theory
Here's the
and
thing,
loses.
though. They're going to be able to get him
Actually,
on Raw that often
my
because
buddy
they'll
brought
do the
up a really good
open
point.
challenge. And
My buddy brought up a really good point at our Mania thing yesterday. He actually picked John Cena to win, and he said, what if John Cena does win, does an open challenge on Raw tomorrow, and it leads into a debut of a guy like Switchblade Jay White or Brian Cage or somebody new to come in and immediately take the belt off of Cena.
You know, I think it's so funny that people keep talking about, Jay White. So because I mean, not a lot of people actually know who that guy is, and if you're expecting him to be your big surprise for the Raw after WrestleMania, it's going to be like a fart in the wind. It's gonna be a
it
dud.
would be no, it won't. It
would be a dud.
almost the same level as AJ Styles showing up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this guy is that good.
Braun Breaker,
look,
that's
I
not a
believe,
good debut.
like-
It could have been Braun
like-
Breaker.
Yeah, Braun Breaker's making his debut tomorrow night. 100%.
He's got
Yeah,
to.
he just dropped the
They would-
title.
Yeah, no,
they
100%.
only dump the belt down there whenever
Yeah.
they're coming up. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only time they do it. So
And you know what
Unless
would be
you're- Unless your name is Karrion Kross, and you
Right.
come up looking like Shao Kahn to job to Jeff Hardy.
I just
Thank
want to
you,
know
Vince.
which bowl of cornflakes of Vince's that Karrion Kross pissed in, because
He
man,
sneezed.
he doesn't like that
He
guy.
probably sneezed backstage. With Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Tried to
Yeah.
offer him a burrito.
I don't know who Jay White is, or is it Jay White?
Yeah,
But I do know who Cage is,
yeah.
which is
The machine.
weird for a
Brian
normie
Cage.
like me.
No, see, that's my point. I think Brian Cage does have more name recognition in the States than, because Jay White's big because of New Japan, right? That's where he's
Yeah.
from. Yeah. Most people, myself included, don't watch New Japan. I wouldn't even know where to find to watch New Japan. You know what I mean? Like,
It's on Access.
I get it, but I can't even watch all of the American wrestling, much less add to that. It's like,
And Danny, that's why we're telling you, me and Johnny are big wrestling geeks.
I'll
Watch
take
as
your-
much as we can. And
Yeah.
we're, if I have to assume you asked me to be on this show with you because we both enjoy wrestling, and you got to trust me. He's good.
no, I do. I trust you, man. No, I trust you. I believe this guy's great. But my point, the point I'm making, I'm not trying to shit on the guy. The point I'm making, no, seriously, the point I'm making is that I don't think it would have the impact of like a coup of another kind. Like, say they got even Brian Cage, I think would be just from
Yeah, Brian Cage from his exposure in AEW. I understand.
Are there any other free? Oh, Matt Cardona coming back is like that
Oh
could
yeah,
even happen.
coming back
Yeah,
as
that
Matt
could be a good one.
Cardona.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see Nick Aldis show up. That would be badass.
Dude, there's another
Mickey
good one.
James, Mickey James's husband. Everybody knows him.
Yeah.
He's been the best thing in NWA for the last 5 years. So
I'd like to see a return of Cass and Enzo.
Yeah. Oh God, that's not going to happen.
Cass is signed to AEW currently, and Enzo is in MLW currently. So I think there's some traps and things.
Well, hey, we have got to that point where we need to take a break. John, I don't know if you've been paying attention there, but if you could, whatever
Bill needs from you there.
Yeah. And then, but let's go ahead and we're going to take a quick sponsor break. And I'm going to take a quick little boys' room break. See you on the other side.
Hi, guys. This is Gary from Pop Culture Minefield here on KGRA, and we're leaving for our first break. I hope we survive.
Did you know 75% of Americans
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Oh, wow. We survived. Welcome back to the commercial break. Now for some more Pop Culture Minefield on KGRA.
Well, I didn't get to go to the restroom, but anywho, welcome back, everyone. So where were we? We were talking about the John Cena Austin
We're talking
Theory.
about how Sean Cena got punked by Austin Theory.
Yeah, that was crazy. But hey, we all called that one. So at the beginning of the night, we were all 1-0. So that was cool. The next match after that was the wasn't it the tag match? I think the men's tag thingy. Was that it?
Yes. Yeah. That was the.
I could look at my Twitter thing, but I'm pretty sure that was it.
No, it wasn't.
And yeah, Street Profits won. In fact, here, let me.
It was a good match. It was good.
It was entertaining.
I tell you what was impressive to me was seeing Braun Strowman. First of all, does not need to lose any more weight. That guy is cut as hell. Okay. He's leaning towards gaunt almost at this point. He needs to maintain what he's got right now. But seeing him come off the top rope down on one of those Viking Raiders, that was impressive.
I thought that was funny because he spent all year trashing high flyers on Twitter.
Yes, right?
They stick him with Ricochet and they give him a high spot.
And all of a sudden, boom, he's coming off the top rope, man. That was impressive. Most impressive, as Darth Vader would say.
Most impressive. So actually, I forgot I had it all written down here. So
honestly, Remo just brought up a good point. That was my highlight too. When Chad Gable actually got the full O'Connor roll, German suplex with the roll through and everything.
On Braun Strowman. Yeah,
I mean, he had to deadlift that dude.
Oof.
That was so impressive.
Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm. It
So
was
after
a good match. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was good.
I want the Chad Gable push. I say it every week. Push that man to the moon.
So the next match was the Seth Rollins Logan Paul match. Now this is where I got my first defeat. You guys both called Seth Rollins. I called Logan Paul. Again, though, I would have said Seth Rollins had I got to see the go home shows. So like the day of, I would have. I know.
Don't take taxis.
No, I know. I didn't. I tweeted it. It's out there. It's it's posterity. So yeah, what did you guys? It was a good match though. What did you guys?
Yeah,
even my
it
girl
was
got
good.
into it.
I love
you
the
know.
bit where they got his manager involved. I thought
So,
that was
well,
great.
here's the thing. So I thought it was going to be Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I did not expect KSI.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
he comes out with the prime bottle. I'm like, watch, that's Jake Paul.
Right.
I was wrong. But holy
But yeah, when he pulled him on the table and put him in the way when Jake come off the top rope to put him through that table, that was badass. I loved it.
Yeah,
It was great.
see, now I want KSI dressed in a prime bottle as DLC for the video game now.
Right? You need that.
I want
in
to
the
set him
game.
as Logan Paul's
Yes.
manager now.
Yes, he's got to be Logan Paul's manager. Yes.
You're the newest superstar in WWE 2K23. KSI as a prime. KSI prime.
I used to. What's funny, man, is like I guess people. Life is funny like that. I used to go through this phase where I played these video games like religiously, where I'd spend countless hours creating my character, crafting my entrance.
Oh, that was me up until
all that stuff.
2K20.
But
Yeah,
I
I
can't.
I saw the Pirate Patriot on Twitter or on
Yeah,
Facebook.
but I mean, I used to go to websites and like where they, and kind of, I guess it's kind of like cheating, but like if I wanted a specific wrestler and I couldn't figure out how to make them, I could go, there's websites you can go to and they'll tell you exactly how to make
the
the
call.
wrestler.
I used to be big on all the call sites, and I'd create my own. Basically, I didn't get as detailed because I didn't use the rings, but I'd create my own stables and stuff within WWE.
Yeah.
And I had a main character that I've carried all the way from
But
the
did you
beginning.
guys?
Did they still let you upload music for your entrance theme? Like there was
No,
one
No,
game
they
I-
don't do that anymore.
No,
But did you
no.
guys ever become a platinum creator?
No, I didn't.
No.
I'm a platinum
stopped
creator
doing-
on 19, bro. On the
See,
AXL
yeah.
I
Styles
make
one.
my own guy. I make my guy like Ross Wolfen said. I have the same guy that I make in every iteration. He's like my main.
Yeah.
I do too. The privateer, that's my boy in every video game I play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American
My-
Pirate
my-
Patriot, baby.
My creator wrestler is Kira Mifune, the grandson of Toshiro Mifune.
Nice.
So
Okay.
this is a good
Ronnie
point.
Rebel. Breaking necks and cashing checks.
Yes.
So for those of you who can't see the
Finishers that are
screen,
truth or consequences, where he like does that suplex into a stunner.
Go ahead, Danny.
so for those of you who can't see the screen, Marcos brings up a good point. He says Logan Paul contract has ended with WWE. Did you guys know that?
No.
I did know
No, I
that,
didn't.
but I do feel like he's re-signing.
Funny. So you guys know. So I was watching. There was on one of their social media outlets. They had like a WWE digital exclusive for that Kelly chick, the brown hair, that Kathy Kelly, I think is her name. Is that right? Kathy Kelly
Mm-hmm.
was interviewing Logan Paul, and he was just like he seemed like he was acting like he won. He was just like, "It's my birthday. I got the zip line in front of 80,000 people. I just had like the match of the night. I don't even feel like I lost." And like, and then he goes, "But my contract's up, so I don't have a job anymore." So he made a joke about it.
I'm
good.
pretty sure.
I think it's on their Twitter or something, but
He's over like Grover. He's got a talent for it.
Oh yeah, man. He's
Love
like,
him or hate him, he's good at it.
if anything, WWE screwed up because they probably insisted on only signing a year contract because they didn't know how good he was going to turn out, and now he's got
He's
leverage.
infuriatingly good. He makes
Yeah,
guys that have
it-
been doing
yeah.
this for years look like
Dude,
crap.
no, that was one of the things like I loved in the buildup where Logan Paul literally says to Seth Rollins, he's like, "You're just jealous because I did in 1 year what it took you to do in 20."
Right?
And, like,
Yeah.
and that was like, damn, shots fired.
He is
you
he is
know?
entirely too good for what he is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, agreed, man.
Yeah,
He's
I
just-
saw the end of that match, and I'm like, okay, that was a good match. I'm gonna
It
have
was
to wait
a-
to rewatch that.
What?
It was
he's a
really
better pro wrestler than his brother is a boxer.
Yeah, no, it was a really good match. And everything about it was good. Over the top entrances, including Seth Rollins having a conduct. So when they did the conductor, I was like, "Oh, are we going to have an orchestra come out?" No, he's conducting the people.
Yes. That was awesome. I loved it. Yeah.
So
I
you
would
see
say
it,
it
yeah.
was number 3 on my list of top matches of the night. That was number 3.
You know what? That's a
Was that one.
safe assessment. I'd put it as
Yeah.
my number 3.
I'm gonna do mine at the end, but fair enough. So the next match is the what I call the Legends and Lynch versus Damage Control,
Worst
and-
match of the night.
and we all
I enjoyed it.
It wasn't bad. I'm just saying it was out of all the matches, that's the one you could have missed. That's it.
that's the only really. And I don't even want to call it a bad match because it wasn't a bad match.
Yeah.
But I mean, like out of all of the matches, that's the only one you could have missed and not been upset. Like if you had to go take a piss, break. If you were in
that was,
See,
that
I
was
would
when
have
you
said
went
that
to
about
get a
the
snack,
four-way tag.
take a break.
I would have said
Yeah.
that about the showcase match. But
Oh well.
First of all,
we didn't know that was coming.
First of all, it's only the second match on the card, so
yeah,
you're not gonna.
I didn't hate this match.
No, I didn't either, man.
It was there. It exists.
It's just look. I'm watching Lita, and it's like watching Matt Hardy wrestle. She's so stiff-legged, and I'm like,
it's exactly like that. That's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's okay.
age,
I'm
ring
still
rust,
Lita
it's
stan,
a lot.
so
I understand. Look. My best friend that I play video games with. If you guys have watched me play video games on the channel, it's the guy I play the Super Bowl against all the time. He lives across the river from me. He is a diehard Lita nut. He would have loved it if he watched it. But she does look stiff-legged. She looks like she is having a hard time moving out there now. So
well,
See,
she's in
I
her
thought
40s.
Trish-
What do you expect?
yeah.
I thought Trish Stratus looked a little botchy.
I really sincerely hope that Johnny and I are right in our separate but different but same prediction with them losing those tag titles tonight to Ronda and Shayna. Because Lita, I don't want to see her get hurt again. I've already seen her in my lifetime get injured twice very badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's not a spring chicken anymore. If she gets injured because she's still taking them stupid ass risks. I don't know if you noticed or not. She might be moving stiff, but she's still doing Hurricane Ranas and she's still doing fucking moonsaults. She's still diving outside the ring. Like somebody forgot to tell her that she's in her 40s now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I hear you. I'd lean more towards.
She
them
still looks great though.
She needs some DDP yoga.
Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
I would lean more towards them wrestling on the Raw after Mania. That's what I would lean more towards. I don't want to see them do it tonight. Really don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Because it's going to be both of them. Look, the Lita and Becky are both coming off a match last night, and it probably wouldn't affect Becky, but it's going to affect Lita. Big
totally.
time.
Yeah, totally.
And the other thing,
and Lita gets to take the loot. Lita's taking the pin, though, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And the other thing about it is, Ronda Rousey, and that's the only reason why they might do it is because Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler just won, and they had a grueling match, and that will even the playing field. I could see it going down that way, but I'd lean more towards doing it at the Raw after Mania. Make that a big thing, have them come out and challenge them to get you to watch.
Is it is Raw also at Crypto, or do you know where Raw's at? It is.
I
also
will never
Crypto?
call it that. It is the Staples Center.
I mean, not anymore.
It's
Yeah.
Crypto arena.
Well, I mean, what's the difference? Staples and what was it before Staples? Because all Staples was a sponsor, and they're like
Staples.
Everybody
Staples-
remembers Staples because that's
It's been
where
a Staples
Kobe
Center
won his
since it was built.
championships at.
and it's
So-
Staples isn't even Staples anymore. They got bought
It's
out by
not.
Office Depot. Like they're
Yeah.
gone. That's like Vince McMahon when he bought WCW. That's to give you an analogy. Office
Actually,
Depot is WWE, and
Staples is still
WCW.
around as a brand. They're just owned by Office Depot
They're
because we
owned
have
by Office
Staples
It's
here in
kind
town.
Yeah.
Look, Danny, it's
Well,
just like
I think some places are iconic, and you shouldn't like. Here's the thing.
So, what were you saying, Joe?
it's just like Boston Celtics fans. They refer to the place where they play as the Boston Garden, even though it's
Yeah.
not the Boston Garden anymore, because that's where they won their most of their championships.
Got you. Okay.
And,
John,
Kobe is a guy that LA loves, and he won it in the Staples Center. That's why they continue to call it that to this day.
fair enough. All right, Johnny, what were you trying to say, man? It was just over talk.
I was saying, like anybody from Chicago, nobody says Willis Tower. It's the Sears Tower. It'll always be the Sears. It'll
Right.
always be the Sears Tower.
Yeah,
I
it's
get
where
it.
the most iconic thing happened. That's it.
Yeah.
I find it ironic that in an era where cryptocurrency is actually performing terribly and has just gone through some big losses, that there's this huge ass, well, not huge, but there's a there's like it's not a stadium. What is it? It's just a arena, I guess.
It's basketball
Yeah.
arena.
Yeah.
So that has that name associated with it. I think there's a certain irony to
Irony
it.
to that.
It makes me laugh. I just
Glorified gymnasium.
So I'll get to that. Oh, that is the next match. Oh, Cece wanted me to make sure I brought up the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but that's in the next match.
Oh my God!
Is there anything else we want to say about this match? Obviously, the Legends and Lynch won. We knew it was going to happen.
They did. And
did you guys? Was there anything else you wanted to touch on with that?
I thought there was going to be a
other
damage
than
control breakup, but I didn't see that.
What is it? Say that again.
I thought there
Johnny?
was going to be. I thought Io and Dakota were going to turn on Bailey after the match, but it didn't happen.
I'd like to see them break up because I like Dakota. I hate the way they.
Oh my God! I was
right
so
now.
high on her last night. I love Dakota Kai. I have for many.
I do
I'm
too,
sorry.
But
I
hate
opened
the
this
look
can
right
of
now.
worms,
workhorse
Vader.
of that team. She is the workhorse of that team.
I know.
All right, so let's carry on.
Yes, sir.
Talk about girl wrestling.
Snoozer.
Oh, we're going to talk a lot more.
Oh,
about
we're going to
girl
talk a lot
So-
about it. Yes.
The next match, Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. I do want to talk about this in some type of detail. So remember how last week we were all saying how cool it would be if Dominic came out in the lowrider, but instead of coming out in the lowrider,
He
for
comes
some
out
reason,
the part of the
L-
corrections vehicle.
W-O.
we'll get to that.
Yeah,
So
that's later.
So the
New Dom.
they bring out, so Dominic's entrance is first, and he's being carted out in those little trucks they have in the Dark Knight where they're transporting the Joker
It's a
from
prison
one prison
van.
to
Yeah.
It's a prison van.
a prison van. Thank you. I don't know, man. I don't like this.
Not that I'm proud of it, but I have been a passenger in one a time or two.
I never have. So I didn't know it. So a prison van. So there's a prison van, and
I've driven one before.
and he's actually wearing a mask. And he's escorted out by
Yeah, he's
the
wearing
police,
a Rey Mysterio
and
mask.
he had a Rey Mysterio mask on, and I thought it would have been cool if he kept it on, and ultimate disrespect. But he took, as soon as he got out of the prison van, he took it off. Well, now what was it like? So let's. I want to talk about this stuff in beats. What did you guys think
Sure.
about this entrance and the
I thought it was
mask?
stupid as shit. Is
Yeah,
he in
okay.
prison right now? No,
Right?
he's
No,
not.
Yeah.
And even if you're saying he is in prison now, trust me, they wouldn't bring him to a wrestling match. He'd be in prison. It
Yeah.
was dumb. It was completely stupid. It was one of the stupidest entrances I've ever seen.
I agree.
But Eddie came out and Snoop Slow Rider.
Well, let's not. We're not talking about Eddie yet.
I mean, not Eddie.
We're talking about
Ray.
ex-con
Or Ray.
Dom.
We're not talking. We're talking about ex-con Dom. I wanna do
He
this
loves
little
prison
segment.
so much he wants to be driven there in the prison van. Get the
Yeah,
hell out of here.
yeah. So, are we all in agreement that this was not a good creative choice?
Not a good creative choice. It
agreed.
was stupid.
Okay, all right. So,
He's
Now-
the one who should have come out to Viva La Raza.
I
and-
100% agree. But this is what we got.
Dom,
See, they totally did this wrong. Dom should have come out in the low rider, and Dom should have won. But that's fine. They need to do a second match, and Dom needs to win that. They can still have the trilogy. But anyway, so Ray is being brought out in a low rider with Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
that
was
was actually
badass.
Snoop's personal low rider.
And
That
they
was actually
start
Snoop's
out.
personal car.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
only thing
And-
that was missing was the front end bouncing when they came in.
Yeah, that was the only thing
that was
that was
missing.
the only thing missing. Only that and a bunch
Yep.
of smoke from
Yeah,
from
Yeah.
yeah,
Bleezies or
exactly.
whatever,
Just turn
Hey,
on the
hey,
fog machine and
They
drive
embraced
it in.
that
What's up?
culture.
Yeah.
WWE
RK
has
Bro
embraced it.
420. Love it. Yes.
Vegas 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Yeah, well, RK Bro 420 says I just smoked your ass.
Where's your Cody shirt? Oh, that's right. The champ is the only one that gets to wear it.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I've got my Cody shirt over there. I'm wearing it today.
Okay.
I just-
all right.
Oh.
I wore it
I
for the
knew you
show,
were wearing-
bro.
I wore the Cody shirt last week.
Hey
on the
man,
podcast.
look, you're the champ. You that's an impressive job. I want you to know
Look at the
that.
Cody hat.
7-0.
7-0.
I
Didn't
want to
miss a
make
pick.
sure. Yeah, I want to because I'm going to live tweet it, and you and I are supposedly doing a live
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So,
Are we going to do it on this channel? Or are we going to do it on one of ours?
that's we'll talk after. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
All
I
right.
think we should probably do it on one of ours because I don't think I can add yours or mine to this. And if
Okay.
we're going to be doing it, it needs to be on our channels. you
Okay,
know what I
no
mean?
problem.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah,
So one more
Remo,
beat
you're
about Ray's
correct.
entrance. One more beat about Ray's entrance.
Mm-hmm.
So when he got out of the car and he went into the side of the ramp, I thought they were going to shoot him up like his old, like where he came out on the springboard and they shoot him. Like,
Yeah.
the Booyah Kid shoot him 10 feet in the air.
Yeah,
Missed
yeah.
opportunity there for sure. It looked
That
like he
was-
was going to have to climb
Here's
an
the thing, y'all.
Aztec
But
mountain
instead
there.
they
Ray-
cut away and you just see him on the ramp. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
so
was criminal.
y'all got to remember now, Ray's no spring chicken. He might
No.
still
Yeah.
move around, like, but he don't need to be taking no dumb risks at entrances when he's like 50 or he's like
That was
49.
pretty steep too.
He's
That was
like
pretty
close
steep.
to. He's not quite. I don't think he's 50 yet. I think he's like 49 though.
No.
Like, he's knocking on 50.
I've just looked it up this morning. He turns 49 this year.
So
Actually,
he turns
Still
40.
has
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
years left, apparently. He said it at the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I know what he said, but I mean, I can't say. Man, Ric Flair's dumbass just had a wrestling match a few months ago that we talked about. So
Which
Yeah, that he fell
almost
asleep
died
during.
in.
twice.
Twice
By
he
the way,
fell
twice.
asleep during it.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Andrade had to break out the smelling salts. Get a puppy.
Sting's technically
So-
still wrestling, so
Yeah, in street clothes. Like he's not even
Yeah.
trying anymore. He's just right. Like I don't even want to get
I
started.
think Terry
on that.
Funk is still wrestling somewhere.
I don't want my friend Amanda to get mad at me because I was really about to just talk mad
Right.
shit about.
Okay,
Sting.
so the match at hand:
Sting's my favorite wrestler of all time.
Ray versus his stupid ass son. Let's go.
Yeah.
Man, y'all
Good
know,
stuff.
y'all know, in Johnny and I both thought Dom was going to win.
I
For
thought Dom
me,
should have.
I agree. For I feel like it's it's better for the storytelling, and he should
There were
have.
3 things I wanted to happen in that match, and none of them happened.
Yeah, go for
Oh,
it.
there was
One-
something I did not know I needed, and it happened. And when I saw it, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. When he
His
pulled
mom
his belt
slapping
off
him.
and whipped his ass.
Oh, that
I
was
Oh, no,
great.
that-
laughing my
yeah.
fucking ass off.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. His mom slapping the crap out of him was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
No,
It was all about
yeah.
the parents punking him, man. It was good.
The mom slap was the best thing that happened until Ray took a belt out and literally spanked his kid's ass.
Yeah.
My girl, she doesn't even like wrestling. I don't know if you heard her. She was loving that part. She just yelled, spanked his ass. Like,
So,
what did you say?
yeah,
You even said that's how we do it. Yeah. She's like the.
3 things I wanted to happen in that match that did not happen. Number 1, I wanted Dom to win.
Sorry.
Number two, I wanted Ray to lose his mask. I wanted Dominic to rip his mask. And 3, I wanted Aaliyah to hit her dad in the balls and go heel with her brother.
Oh, you're a terrible person,
Dude.
Jesus.
I know. # heel shit.
What
No,
have
no,
you been
no.
drinking, man?
Right.
Wow.
So the first two,
Yikes.
I don't know if you guys
What if that
remember.
match ended with Aaliyah low blowing her dad, Dominic ripping the mask off and rolling him up in a surprise roll up in 1, 2,
After
3.
the Hall of Fame. You guys
Yes.
are high, man. You
Yeah.
do.
No,
Yes.
no.
You do get too high in Vegas. You do.
No, I am. What are you
Sorry.
talking about? I am not agreeing with him, sir. I am
I don't
not
know.
agreeing with him.
No, but the
Yes.
fact that you even picked Dom after he went in the Hall of Fame
That-
is silly to me. I'm like,
because I remember my prediction, and I owned up. I got them all wrong. My prediction was that Dom was going to jump him and beat the shit out of Conan at the Hall of Fame, which I still think would have been awesome. It's totally missed opportunity.
It's
But
the
whatever.
Hall of Fame,
I
man.
just I just wanted to see Conan beat up, so that's that would have been fine with me.
Oh, hey, look at this. Sis, don't forget to hit the like button for me. Thanks for stopping by. That's my little
Was Conan
sister.
dressed as Max Moon when he came out?
No,
They
he
even
looked
make
very
him
good. He was
No.
wearing like tux with chucks.
He was wearing
you
a
know, he
tux,
looked,
yeah.
Hey, that's my style.
yeah.
Sneakers.
yeah.
With
Chuck.
So
with
no,
white
no,
it's
no,
called
like,
a-
so you
it's
all
a
know that the only time
tux
Conan
with chucks.
really did anything, the only time Conan really did anything in the WWE was when Max Moon. Back in the 90s, he was like some weird spaceman gimmick.
To
Yeah.
the moon, baby. All right. So,
But yeah, the match had some great spots in it.
oh, dude,
Man, just
Well-
his whole family beat him up.
they
basically.
both, yeah, and they both did the he gets on the thing, and I love how I don't know what that move's called, but like, you know, when he does the little Ray thing, he turns around and does
the shimmy.
He does the shimmy, but then he turns around and the move that Eddie Guerrero did, where he just like
the tope.
Is that what that's
Tope
called? That's just
Atomico. He did that really well.
He did, man. Didn't that look good? That looked good. I was like,
so
dude.
crisp.
Yeah.
I was
Like so,
butter.
Dominic's definitely improving in the ring. And
Dude,
Yes.
no. They
like
need
about
to
it-
lean into the Eddie thing with him. They really
Yeah.
need to lean into it hard. But
I agree.
Yeah.
This whole year,
and
this should
he's
be the
already
year of Dominic
he's been
Guerrero.
laying the bricks for that. But
Yeah.
the thing I do like about the kid, when he first appeared, I thought his career was going to be shit because of how lanky he is. He's put on some weight, and it makes him look more intimidating. And the other,
I love that he dwarfs his dad.
yeah, but he needs to quit missing leg day though.
Everybody
He's on
dwarfs
2
Rey
sticks.
Mysterio.
He's on stilts. It's
Rey
just
Mysterio and his giant son.
right. But I dug it when he did the 619 to his father though. I thought that was pretty cool. You know.
And was it me or did Ray take that bad hit on the bottom rope?
Yeah,
Did that look pretty bad to anybody else?
It looked pretty gnarly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nasty. But
I guess I don't recall, so it couldn't have been that
Right.
nasty.
But
Somebody wants to pull up a still of that, or
how it ended was
oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
dude. No, hold up. We got to talk about this. We didn't even get into this. When he threw water. Okay, so for those of you who can't see, Remo in the chat says when he threw the water at his sister, he hit his fiance too. LMAO.
I believe my response to that was MJF did it better.
Yeah. You know what was funny in because I was my girl was actually watching. She actually got sucked into it because that's what WrestleMania can do, and so they show the camera back on the daughter again. I'm sorry, I forget her name, and I'm like, damn, babe, like she's already dry, like, and then it's what did you say something about like a towel or something like? Oh, like anyway, she like. Yeah, so apparently, like, but yeah, it was bizarre because he got her good, but then when they cut back to her, it was bizarre. It's like she looked totally normal. Did you guys notice that?
She had the Marty McFly jacket. Your jacket is now dry.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Your jacket.
Maybe she had a check. We could have planned the spot. Maybe she had to change. Women.
But
So at the end of the match, or go ahead, Joe.
I was just gonna say it looked like Dom was gonna win, and he was gonna do it nasty ways because he got that chain. Of
Finn
course,
and Priest
you
came
know
out, too.
his fellas got involved, which we knew they were going to. Finn Balor showed up, and so did.
You know who didn't show up? You know who was conspicuous by her absence? Mommy. That's who.
No, she had a
Where
match.
was Mom?
conspicuous. She had a match.
So what?
Yeah.
She's busy
So
getting
what?
ready, man.
So
You don't
getting
want
ready?
to blow
Too
the
ready for
Rhea pop
Poppy?
before the Rhea
She's getting
moment.
ready.
Too ready for Poppy?
ready.
No, I'm just saying they better
you
make
don't
this a
wanna blow her
storyline
entrance
thing because they
fine.
need a Britain. I know, man. I'm just. Never mind, guys. Suspend disbelief for Christ's sake. Kayfabe, man. Kayfabe, you're killing me.
Okay, Jim.
Continue.
A chain was delivered to the kid, and I thought
I
he
think
was actually
Damian
gonna get
Priest
him.
put it under a turnbuckle. I think
Jacket.
That's what he did.
It was in his jacket.
It was in-
What
oh, was it?
And his
Okay.
jacket ended up in the ring. Yeah, Bad Bunny had to screw that up for him, man.
Yeah, see, what a shitty
what's-
thing for you. This is the first thing you saw. It's like, yeah, why did Bad Bunny feel the need to get involved? He was just supposed to be he was supposed to be a guest on the Spanish commentary table.
You know, but to me, the biggest travesty of that whole match is you've got this blood feud between an actual father and an actual son, and they corrupted it with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
So yes, so that's
You
that's
couldn't
what
have done the Cinnamon Toast Crunch match as the
So-
four-way tag guys.
I guess none of you guys follow me on Twitter. So I was like, does anybody else think it's weird that the father versus son match is brought to you by a breakfast cereal? It's just
Somebody was
like,
definitely high when they thought of that.
yeah, right. I
just-
mean, like that just doesn't seem.
It was the wrong match to do that.
It's a
it was the
little,
wrong
but yeah,
match.
but
That was
think
Snoop
about it.
Dogg's little thing he threw in there.
It's like what it's like a father versus a son, and I don't know. Am I think like I don't know? To me, like breakfast just seems like, like it's a family time. You have breakfast,
family time.
especially.
Wait, Ray's on the box? I didn't know that. Wait, Remo says Ray's on the.
Oh, is he? Oh, so this is one of those things. Like Ray does this a lot. He'll have his own like gimmicks, like with beer company. He had one with a beer company for a while. Do you guys remember that? It was like
Okay.
They don't let many people do that. Matter of fact, the only other wrestler I know of that they let do that is Brock Lesnar
with the Jimmy John
they-
shorts.
Jimmy John shorts. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
But anyway, Ray won
Yeah.
as I predicted he would.
yeah. Rub it in. All right. So next,
buddy, I got the belt on. I don't need to rub it in.
yeah.
No.
So the next match was arguably, it could have been match of the night. I get why they didn't put it on main event, but Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte
It was
Flair.
the match of the night.
It was.
No,
Thank you.
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
It was
a
the
great,
match of the night.
It was a great match. It felt like a main event. It really
It
did.
did.
And I'm
Yes, it
glad
did.
that they had the little break with the comedy bit afterwards to let people catch their breath,
Yeah.
because it was a good match. What did you like? Let's go in order here, Johnny.
Okay. Yeah.
So Joe, you go first.
Well, I just, when you talk about the entrance, is it me or are they trying to make everybody look like that pop singer that does the unholy
Yeah.
song? I mean, friggin' Charlotte come out there looking like she was in black bubble wrap, and it was really strange looking. And I gotta say, I've been saying this for years, and they keep doing it. WWE, just embrace the fact that Charlotte has no ass. She is just straight up and down, straight.
What the hell does that have
Yes.
to do with anything? What the hell does
I'm
that
just
have
saying, I
Okay.
find it hard to
I
to... All right,
just
hey,
watch
man,
her because they give
hold
her
your
a wedgie.
hold your chauvinistic thoughts for a second. Marco Say comes in with the super chat for $4.99. Rhea Ripley becoming a Grand Slam champion. This is true. She did this. She's the first woman to do this. She captured the NXT UK, NXT Raw Women's Championship, and now the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yep.
So that is 100% correct. And apparently,
All
I have a
before
yard
the age
guy
of
here.
25.
Let me. I'll be right back.
Oh no, she's 26.
Okay,
now.
man.
All
No,
before the age
my
of
whole
30.
point. My whole point, Johnny, is they keep her shorts. They give her a wedgie every time she goes into a match just to create an ass. It's ridiculous, man. I'm like, damn,
For
dude.
me, like,
I'm surprised how over Rhea Ripley was,
Well,
especially coming
are
from
you
a heel
kidding me?
faction.
real
Oh,
quick,
dude, she
real
is
quick, before we
over
move
like
on to
Rover.
Rhea, before
Yeah.
we move on to Rhea, I gotta say, because we're talking about Charlotte's appearance, and I
Mm-hmm.
normally don't like to comment on the female wrestler's appearance, but Charlotte clearly has a thing for plastic surgery. Can
Yes, she
stop
does.
putting work into her face and put that work in
Yeah.
her ass?
She is 37 years old and she looks like she's borderline 50. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was watching some old NXT matches of hers, and I was like, God, Charlotte used to be so flippin' hot.
Yeah, it's
And
ridiculous.
like, I look
man.
at her now, and I'm like, wow, you look like
What
Eric
have
look
you
like-
Stoltz.
got- she's starting to look like Lady Gaga in the face. It's ridiculous.
No,
man.
Lady-
not
I
Lady
love-
Gaga,
do
but
not
Madonna.
disparage.
Madonna is what I meant.
Not disparage
Yeah.
Lady Gaga. I love that woman. She is Italian.
Yeah, not Lady Gaga. I misspoke. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Madonna.
Oh,
She
no,
is leaning
God.
towards that, and
A
it's
few
like,
more surgeries,
wow.
she'll look like her dad.
Right? What the hell?
Oh my
But
God. What was it? What was it? The Grammys that they showed Madonna at, and she looked like a puckered asshole. She's
Oh,
like,
it was
Yeah.
ridiculous how bad she
Madonna,
looked.
yeah, Madonna's just
But
wrong.
John, Rhea Ripley has been over
somebody find
for a
Madonna an
while.
adult and tell her to
She
You
stop.
got to remember, I'm a normie. I
I
haven't
know,
been.
and I'm telling you, that chick is over like Rover. First of all, she was over to begin with, all right? But this storyline with her and Dom has just shot her to the moon. It really has. Both of them. I mean, they're really
Hey, it
doing
shot
it well.
China to the moon when they did it with Eddie.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, I knew she was going to win this thing. But the reason why I
Mamacita.
picked this one as match of the night is because there was back and forth in this one. There was no clear person in the lead in this one. It was
it was a
one
rocket match.
one threw haymakers, then the other one threw haymakers. Hell, at one point they both kicked each other at the same time and laid each other out. It was really cool, man. I
Although
enjoyed the heck out of it.
Charlotte, I think, was very Gaga for Gaga Munchausen. Always since day one, meat dress and all.
Yep.
No, Charlotte, I feel, was very overexcited in this match because she over rotated on everything, and it definitely cost her.
Well, she could have ring rust. She's only been back, what, a month and a half? Something like that?
All I know is that when Charlotte went up to do the moonsault and Rhea followed her up and did the German off, she over-rotated on that.
Yep.
And face planted. Then Rhea again went for a German later in the match. She over-rotated so bad that she face planted and busted her face.
Got her nose. She was bleeding from the nose.
That was a mat burn. That was a mat burn. That's like,
exactly what that was.
Burn.
Yep.
I
remember the spot she did it on. She landed right on her face. She did.
Yeah, that canvas is not smooth. That's for sure.
Like when you do a German, it's supposed to be a neck bump. You're supposed to land on the flat of your neck. You're supposed to tuck your chin. You land on your shoulder.
I thought maybe they were shooting for her completely flipping her in the air when she threw her.
No,
that's what they were going for.
That was an obvious botch. Nobody does a German.
I thought so too because her neck was kind of tucked. Yeah. If she was looking to do a full flip, she would have had her head back. That's a different thing.
Charlotte clearly was thinking moonsault. Mm-hmm. The spot was probably planned, but I think Charlotte just got lost in the moment, which for a veteran like her you're right. I chalk it up to ring rust.
It's ring rust. She's been out for a while. Didn't she get married and she hadn't been back since the marriage? I can't remember exactly why she was out, but could have been for those plastic surgeries. Because God Almighty. Please.
She had to get her face work on again.
Stop it.
Well, the crowd was definitely into it and back and forth because they were like the "Let's go Charlotte, let's go Rhea."
Yep, yeah.
And
both of them have a whole lot of fans. I could see it being 50.
They definitely backloaded this card because the last two.
Yeah.
Well,
if
I would
don't count the Miz's as a match, that's not a match. That's a
what's Charlotte or what's Rhea's finisher?
The Riptide.
Riptide. Yeah, when Charlotte kicked out of that, it was a huge pop.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She had to do it. She had to do it better. She had to do it from the top rope.
But I gotta say,
which is how she beat Shayna
Charlotte
Baszler
really sold. She really sold whenever she face planted her on top of that big ass version of a holographic turnbuckle they have.
Yeah.
She looked like she was dead.
She was out cold.
She smoked her ass. And that look on Rhea's face that they captured. Sometimes, a lot of the times, they really screw up the production of these things. They take the wrong camera angles a lot of the time. But they really captured Rhea's face after she face planted her. And she was like, yeah, I got you now, you pain in the ass. And got up there and did that riptide off the second turnbuckle. And, yeah, she was done. And
that's what they.
The weird thing to me, though. Now, am I the only one here, Johnny? Help me out. Was it weird to you that she just sat on the outside of the ring after the match? Just sat there, grinning.
Who, Charlotte? Who?
Yeah, yeah. No, Charlotte. Charlotte.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, John Cena did the same thing when he lost to the Rocket Mania.
Did he? Okay. Well, so I didn't see that. So
yeah, Johnson.
It was just weird to me. I thought if you're going to acknowledge the girl, because I saw her clapping at one point. Not that she was happy or anything. She clearly wasn't upset. She almost had a look on her face like, "Yeah, you got me." Right?
Yeah, I think that's what it was because Cena had the same.
But if that's the case, why not get up into the ring and acknowledge the chick? Why not do that? It just looked really weird to me. It just looked really strange. If you're gonna do that, then go ahead and get in the ring and congratulate the chick.
I don't think that fits Charlotte's character though.
Okay.
No.
You're right. You're right. Trying to steal a little bit of her limelight by sitting outside the ring does sound like Charlotte Flair. You're absolutely correct. Okay. Yep, that sounds about right. But yeah, I just thought it looked weird to me, man. But yeah, it was my match of the night, dude. There was so much back and forth there. It was a good match. It was a
WrestleMania.
I mean, and we got all the spots out of both of them. We got the one.
It was the match we should have gotten 3 years ago too.
Yes, absolutely. We got the classic Charlotte off the top turnbuckle down to the floor flip. We all the spots were there. She got the figure four in her,
and the right woman won.
Yep. Oh, hey, Faya X Cross. Thanks for joining. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe. Do me a solid and subscribe to my channel. If one of the producers could drop that in the chat, that'd be nice. I've been listening kind of in between. Like I had an earbud in while I was like yelling at a yard guy. It was like,
I'm
it's
calling it the match of the night, buddy. That was the match of the
dude,
night.
it was a great match. And yeah, I heard all the points that you guys made, and I pretty much agree with most of them. Something was up with Charlotte. She was either super excited or nervous. She was really over rotating on things. There were two spots where I was sure her neck was broken.
Right.
And one they kept replaying over and over again where the human body's just not meant to bend that way. And she fucked up her nose on that same spot.
Yep.
And then later when she hit the post.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a work, guys, but like I'm one of those, I suspend disbelief. Plus I'm watching it with with my girl who doesn't really necessarily know that it's a work. Yeah. She was in fact, she was talking about it when she could hear it. And I was trying to tell her to come over here and talk to you guys about it while I was dealing with the yard dude. And she bought it too. She was like, oh my God, like she's out cold. And then we get I don't know what you want to call it, an avalanche riptide. Was she on the top rope or the second? Was it the top rope or the second?
Second turnbuckle.
Was it the second?
Second turnbuckle.
Second turnbuckle. Okay, not that. So it's not quite an avalanche, maybe like a super riptide, but that was impressive. And then she got the win. I did think it was a little weird that, because even though Charlotte was like kind of talking to herself, blah blah blah, and trying to whatever, and then like
she got
clapping,
me, yeah, that's kind of the look she had on her face.
It's like
she
why
wasn't
not?
Upset, but she was like, yeah,
so
she got me.
I know like you want to give Rhea her moment, but like kind of like go like give her a hug. I mean, even Sasha and Bianca
saying.
hugged.
Johnny was like, he was cool with it. I'm like, if you're gonna acknowledge the chick, go up there and
like her. That to me, that like just
I think it comes down to the fact that Rhea's a heel. You don't hug the heel.
That's true. That you're right. You're absolutely.
You don't hug the
She's
heel.
A heel right now. So
it actually like so going back to standard.
All right, you know what, man? No, that's fair. That's fair.
I know you guys didn't watch it, but I thought the weirdest. See, they did that on Stand and Deliver. Like Carmelo Hayes cheated to win and beat Braun Breaker for the NXT title, and then Braun Breaker just hands it to him and shakes his hand, and I'm like, that's a very babyface thing for Braun Breaker. Is this
Ring of Honor or NXT?
He didn't win clean, man.
Yeah,
he didn't win it clean. If
you mean like that? You mean like that time that Triple H beat Sting in his big match at WrestleMania by cheating with a sledgehammer, and then they shook hands afterwards?
I can't believe you brought that up. You want to talk about a screw job? They made Sting look like shit. They even had Sting's old enemies come out there to back him up. That was what was hilarious to me. Yeah. The NWA come out there to back him up. I'm like, these guys used to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Borderline unforgivable, really.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So no, you don't hug the heel.
No. Okay. We
got okay. So
you
know what then?
It's a way to make her an instant.
All right. Hey, and I'll defer to you because you're the only person here who's gotten a paycheck from giving these kind of theories. So I'll dig it. The next match sounds like we all enjoyed it. I think it was the match. I do think it was the match of the night. If not, it ties with the
headliner.
Well, not with the main event. So let's get into this.
The main event was the match of the night.
I popped my freaking tits off when Pat McAfee showed up. I'm a big mark for this guy. I am a big mark for this guy.
Pop for Pat McAfee?
And
as a normie, who the hell's Pat McAfee?
Ex-punter for the Indianapolis Colts. He was the punter for the Indianapolis Colts. He now has a sports talk show podcast that is one of the most popular in the country.
Okay.
And he was an announcer on SmackDown for quite a long time.
So I first was introduced to him because I'm not into the sports ball thing. I was first introduced to him through SmackDown. And the dude was so freaking hilarious. I looked him up on YouTube, and he turned out to be kind of a big deal because he's got a huge freaking YouTube following. So I subscribed to his channel and started watching him. And I'm not even into sports. Something like I prefer his interviews and stuff. Right. But when he's not doing interviews, I mean, all they talk about is sports. Like they eat, breathe, and eat whatever. Eat, sleep,
his podcast is about sports. You'd love it, John. You need to turn into it.
You should check it out. Plus, he's funny as hell, and he's super. Like he feels like somebody. He feels like a friend of mine. You know, like he
Yeah.
reminds me of
Yeah.
like people I grew up with and shit.
People call him Aaron Rodgers' biggest cheerleader because he has him on there about every other week on his
Really?
podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
right on.
So
So
You know what? The only big pop I got out of the big thing I got out of this match was when George Kittle clotheslined Miz.
it was
Oh.
awesome.
Hey, Doss Wolfen, my sister's
Yeah.
throwing a little shade at you. She wants to know, how do you not know who Pat McAfee is? For those of you who can't see, her name's Brianna
Because
Fraley.
I'm a normie to the whole wrestling thing, and if it's not Chiefs related, I don't listen.
But he was in football too, though, bro. He's not just.
Well, that's not the
He's got
Chiefs. It was
Mahomes
the
on his
Indianapolis
show.
Colts. He started playing football, John, when Peyton Manning was still with the Colts.
And look at that. Look at that, Johnny Rock. Even Remo agrees with me and Joe. It was easily the match of the night.
Yes,
There you go.
absolutely.
The name does sound familiar. When you mentioned he was a kicker, I was like,
Punter, not a
Punter.
kicker.
Punter.
Well,
yeah.
He was a
So,
punter.
so
This
the
guy's
first-
big, John. You saw how
the
big
first
he
I
is.
ever saw of Pat McAfee was, and this is a time when I was ignorant and didn't really know who he was. He was on WrestleMania, but he was like a guest host of the pre-show, and I remember he caused a stink with Vince McMahon and Michael Cole because he was wearing a tux with shorts and sneakers.
Yeah,
And
See,
Michael
that's
Cole was
classic
him.
Pat.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
classic.
that's Pat McAfee. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's funny now to see that like Michael Cole is like Pat McAfee's biggest fan now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
And those two really
you
do
think
make
I
it
popped my
I can't
tits
wait
off?
till
Yeah,
back.
Michael Cole was
Cole lost
embarrassing.
his mind.
He was
Yeah.
embarrassing himself, man.
Yes, he was. But yeah, it was a cool spot. We had to have a spot where the host, The Miz, got his ass beat.
well, we needed a
was pretty
breather
cool.
after that banger
Yeah,
of a match.
after that great match.
Exactly.
yeah.
That's what I said.
But
that
look,
people
guys,
needed
look at the clock. We got 20 minutes, and we got to break down the last match and do our predictions. So
predictions
let's
won't
roll.
take long.
I know.
So yes, the main event, and I tweeted this, man. The second the Usos came out first, I was like, psh.
Yep, they
Joe was
lost.
going 7. I read that one.
Yeah, you
was
saw
up
that.
in
I
the
was
room
like,
by
yeah.
then. Yeah.
I was like, Joe's going 7-0.
Yeah, I'm
And
like,
he did. Yeah, this was a great match. You know, John. Yeah, talk. Yeah, we've been. You're never on here. Give us your thoughts on.
yeah, I knew that Sammy and Kevin were going to win when the Usos came out second.
See,
I'm like,
even a normie knows
or
this
first.
shit.
champions don't. That's not how the champions always come out. Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is not right.
How many times have I said it? Champions don't come out first. They don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nope.
If you want people to guess,
That's why I was
send
a
the
little
champion
worried.
out last.
That's why I was a
And-
little worried
Man.
with the Austin Theory match, but it made sense because they did the Make-A-Wish thing in between the entrances.
Right.
I
Yeah.
also think it's because Sammy is probably the most over guy in the entire company right now.
Yeah, and they wanted
Right.
him to come out
They
last.
wanted to save the big
Yeah.
pop.
Well,
And
hell, they
did
were
he get
selling.
one?
They were selling WrestleZania T-shirts, right? They
Yeah.
both wore them.
I
Down
want.
to the ring.
I want. Well, so it says WrestleZania on the front and KO Mania on the back, and baby,
I
I
want
want
that
one of
shirt.
those.
Does
I
it?
want-
Oh.
cool.
Hey, do me a favor. The link is in the description. This seems like a perfect opportunity to promote the WWE shop link
Yeah.
that you can use to support the show. Link is in the description, and pretty soon it'll be in the chat.
Give me a second.
Oh, no worries. If you,
I'm a little slow.
it's all good. If you guys want to buy anything from the WWE shop, we are an official affiliate. They are one of our many sponsors. If you click on that link and purchase anything there with the promo code WWE 30, what?
Sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean
With
to.
the promo code WWE 34, you get free shipping on everything, all your orders, if they're over $34. They also are doing for WrestleMania a ton of they have there's 8 hours of the sale left. You can get up to 50% off.
You can get a
ton of
Rhea
stuff.
Ripley new SmackDown champion koozie.
There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And if I could get my girl to get me this, they have this really dope. So if you go there, I should probably just share my screen. Hold up. You guys can't see what I'm doing unless I share it. All right, so cool. So here we go. So here we go. All right, so check this out. You can get WrestleMania socks, but I want that shirt right there. So how do we do that?
WrestleMania. Yeah.
I would even wear that WrestleMania shirt because
Well, on the back
I love
it
that
says
match.
KO Mania.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is it.
Yeah, on the
Here
on
we
the
go. I want to
Yep,
XL.
KO-mania.
I want to add the cart.
WrestleMania. Bum bum bum.
Price locked in for a limited time only. All right.
You might want to stop
So-
sharing your screen at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it's
You
gonna
might
have
want to
your
stop
info.
sharing your screen at this
I'm gonna
point.
steal your identity, boy.
Yeah. I want that shirt, damn it.
But the entrances were good. They popped
real
their
quick-
tits off for Sammy and KO.
Oh yeah.
Real quick,
Yeah.
going back to the Usos entrance, they did break another cardinal rule of wrestling, Joe.
Oh, I don't know what was worse, the rapper or the TurboTax ad.
Yeah.
No, I was saying going back to just the Usos, they wore all white and didn't bleed.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a cardinal sin. You are supposed to bleed when you wear white. Trust me. Cody Rhodes
Jim Cornette.
blonded his hair for one reason, so you could see it when he busts his head open. Trust
you know
me.
Cody's gonna bleed tomorrow.
Yes,
or
he's going to
tonight.
bleed profusely
Cody's gonna
tonight.
bleed tonight.
But getting back to this one, it was
Dude,
a
I'm so-
Raw
I'm
match
so- I'm
is
so
what it
fucking
was. They knocked KO out every time he looked like he was going to be present, and they just went to town on Sami Zayn, which is what we expected. They were
Yeah.
sending a message to Sami Zayn, you messed up, right?
You said it yourself. We're kind of in a rush. Let's hit the highlights.
Yep.
When they hit that 1D and Sammy kicked out,
First
I was
person
like,
to ever kick out of the 1D.
I could
Nobody's
not.
ever done it. Yep.
I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I thought it. I was like, oh damn, there it goes.
Corey
Like,
said he's operating on autopilot.
Yeah.
He's running on instinct.
that
Yep.
was amazing, and I love how I really love it when tag teams have tandem moves like the heart attack, for example, or the Doomsday Device. You know, like
Yeah.
so they don't have that, but it was pretty cool. They did their shit in tandem. You know what I mean? We got the stunner, we got the huluva kick, we got the feel good moment. I even like.
Also, that first
fact, I'll
near
pull it
fall
up. Go
when that first near fall when Sammy hit the first haluva kick on Jimmy, and then Kevin stunned Jay. My buddy's like, "It's over." I'm like, "No, it's not over. It's
No,
it's
yeah,
nowhere
no,
near
yeah.
over.
Sammy's
It-
got to
they kicked
pin
out.
Jay. That's
And
the
I
story
dug-
there. Sammy's
I
got
dug
to
the storytelling to
Great
this point.
storytelling. you know,
If
yeah.
Oh my God,
if
it
you
was
really
a
paid
great-
attention, it was really a singles match, Jay versus Sammy.
Yes.
And the rest of it was just all peripheral. You know what I mean?
Just
They
everything
got
around
most
that
of the
match
camera
was
time
great.
in that one corner, if you remember.
So
And,
these are the
yeah.
two pictures I posted on Twitter, right here and then right there, man.
Yeah,
those
that's
were the
what
two
everybody wanted
moments.
to see right
yeah,
there. Yep.
just like that. Look at that.
And,
That's
and see, the reason I said that this match is a personal connection to me, and that this is why this is my match of the night, not just because it was the best storyline in wrestling all year, that this was the coda for that story, but the fact that I knew these guys when they were indie stars, when they were Kevin Steen and El Generico. I used to watch
Right.
these guys in PWG.
Hey, I've actually
And-
heard of them.
You know, they've been doing the same thing for 20 years, you know, best
Mm-hmm.
friends, sworn enemies. They have the
Right.
best chemistry together as friends, as partners, and as opponents. You can really tell that there is a real love and respect between these guys. They were the best men at each other's weddings. They've
Mm-hmm.
been lifelong friends. They came up together. They got signed within a few months of each other.
that is a
this-
terrible link. I have got to get us a better link.
This
I'll
is
work on that. It's just-
This was a beautiful end to a beautiful story, and it couldn't
Well,
have ended any other way. And that's why
We're down to 5 minutes, so we probably need to burn through the predictions real
no,
quick.
no. We got a little extra time. We got 7 minutes. Remember, he said we could go to the 55.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. Okay, 7 minutes.
But
So then-
anything more to say about Steen Erico winning the big
Hell
one?
no. I think that
man,
the
it was
pictures
great.
I showed
It was
summed
great.
it up.
Everybody
All right.
blew it up.
A
They
plus
loved
All
it.
in
match.
all, solid night one. I look forward to night two starting in a couple hours.
All right, who's got the rundown of the card?
I do.
All right.
All right.
Tell us.
Let's go. I have the.
Yeah, let me know because I don't remember what I said last week. So
we have the showcase, women's showcase.
We all okay.
Yeah.
I think
Hold
we're
up.
all unanimously picking Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, we did.
Rousey, Baszler. Yeah, easily.
Shayna, Baszler, and Rousey.
And if there is a bonus match of a women's
Well, let's
tag
let's do this like the known ones first. What's the next one?
Lesnar versus Omos.
Lesnar.
Lesnar. We all say Lesnar.
Lesnar squash. I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's
It has to be a squash.
Yes.
Suplex City, F5, 1, 2, 3. You're done. Get out of the ring.
Done.
Edge versus Finn Balor, Hell in a Cell.
That one's a little difficult. I don't remember
going
what
Edge.
we all said.
I'm going
Finn Balor.
It's Demon
I'm going
Finn.
Edge.
Finn
Going
Balor. I
Return of
want
the Demon.
Edge to go away forever. He needs to go away. Finn Balor.
He's going to get
I
coup de
do
grace
remember
straight
what I
through
said
the
on
ring.
that one because I will always pick against Edge because I want the man to go away.
See,
right, so-
I want Edge in there long enough to where Christian's contract ends with AEW
And
they
comes
can finish.
back.
No,
Yeah,
actually,
I
And then
hear
they
you.
can.
Actually,
I
from what I heard, Tony Khan did give Christian permission to be on WrestleMania if it's part of the Brood entrance. And there's talk of,
Yeah.
of Edge doing the Brood entrance with
That
him.
And
would
I
give
heard,
it a
I
pop.
heard, I heard that Gangrel was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, Gangrel's a
Wow.
lock, but I actually heard Tony Khan did give Christian permission.
Oh, that would be awesome. I might have
Yeah.
to watch Raw
Okay.
tomorrow night.
Okay. So hey guys. All right. So
Right.
women's showcase: Shayna Baszler, Rousey, Lesnar versus Omos. Lesnar most likely squash. Is this the third match? Edge versus Finn. This
Yes.
Is the third?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't know if that's the order, but
that's fine. So Joe
just-
and
Balor.
Johnny say Joe
you
and
know the
Johnny
deal
say
knows what's
Finn.
up. I said that earlier in the show. I want to see LA Knight and Stone Cold in a second.
And then Doss and I
Going
say
Edge.
with Edge. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. What's the next match?
Triple Threat Intercontinental Championship: Gunther, McIntyre, and Sheamus.
I think Gunther, man,
Gunther.
because remember Johnny Rock changed my mind because of the
He
statistic.
changed
with-
my mind too. Gunther
Yeah, so
retains,
we
man.
all say Gunther. Okay, unanimous.
And Drew McIntyre's contract's up.
Yeah, I saw
He's
that story.
He's a lifer.
Yeah.
He's re-signed.
He's gonna. Yeah, he's
I
gonna
like it when
resign.
we all agree. So this is 3 out of 4 we agree on.
I
This
like
is
it too.
Yeah.
That means I don't lose any ground, baby.
Nah, or we win
You can't
together,
catch
we
up.
lose
You only
together.
got 2 matches left to catch up on me.
Bianca Belair and Asuka is the Raw Women's Champion.
Oh Jesus!
I pick Asuka.
What did I say?
You said Oscar, bro.
Okay.
But you can change it.
No, I
that's
don't
the
want
point
to
of
change
this.
it. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say Oscar.
Okay, and I said
I don't
Belair
know.
because I think you guys are smoking crack.
Well, you
So-
might be able to catch
so-
me on one of them.
Hold up, Bo. Johnny and Joe agree again. And this
I'm going to
time,
go with Danny on this. I think
Asuka.
Bianca Belair, because I've seen they're Bianca Belair doing promos on other stuff, and I don't think they're going to drop a personal champion like that.
So there's a
don't think so
possibility
either.
we could tie.
Yep.
yeah, we could. All right.
So what you're
okay.
saying is you guys are on your own against the wall.
And then
Johnny is going to gain no ground with me because he's picking the same thing I am.
Right? Yeah.
I'm good. I like it.
and then the
Roman
final,
I like your odds. I like your odds, buddy.
and then the final match of the night, undisputed WWE Championship, Reigns versus Rhodes.
Who's got the balls to take Roman Reigns?
Oh, we
Not
all
me.
said Cody.
I'm
No,
going
we all
Cody.
said Yeah,
Cody,
Who's got
baby.
the adrenaline?
Cody. I'm just
in the
asking who has the
soul?
balls
Something,
to change that pick to
Cody
try and
Rhodes.
overtake the champ.
No, we
can't
all
do it.
we all said Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, we only disagree, and I'll be honest with you. I might change my Edge versus Finn Balor. I'm definitely not changing my Bianca Belair because
Not after we get off the air, you're not.
No, not
Gotta
after we
do
get
it
off the air.
in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So let me ask you something, if you don't mind. I
Sure.
would like to hear arguments from. So like, let's say Doss Wolfen as the noob or the normie or whatever you called it. Why do you think Edge is going to win?
Well, I think that, like I said, I think that, that they're going to do a program with Edge and Christian, and him coming out of a loss like that would not help that program.
But Christian is still under contract to a rival company.
Yeah.
A one-off
Well,
appearance is not outside.
All right. Well, then, Joe,
Sir.
you have the opposing. Why is it
The-
you think Finn's going to win?
The return of the demon. The last time the demon showed up, there was a botch with the ring, and it looked horrible. They're not going to do that to him again. He will win.
All right. You convinced me.
Not to mention, I think
No.
Finn has a lot more to carry forward
Okay,
with a
me,
victory than a loss.
Joe, and Johnny, and then Doss. All right,
Yeah.
you
Judgment
convinced
Day
me.
is split
Yeah.
right now in their
Yeah.
matches. They're split.
All right, so
Dom
let me-
lost. Real
Yeah.
won.
Let me recap then, real quick, because I know we're about out of time.
Mhm.
Women's showcase match, we all agree. Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. The Brock Lesnar almost match, we all agree unanimously. Lesnar. Edge versus Finn Balor. Everybody but Doss Wolfen picks Finn. He picks Edge. The Gunther match, we unanimously picked Gunther. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Doss Wolfen and I chose Bianca Belair. You two chose Asuka. And we unanimously chose Cody for the Cody versus Roman. So that's the recap. I got it all written down. I will be live tweeting it. Joe's Atmosphere and I will be doing a live reaction. If it's not on this channel, what I'll do is I'll post a link to it in our community tab on Pop Culture Minefield, so you know where you can do the watch along with us if you're going to watch it.
And we'll
You can
tweet
get it on
out, too.
Peacock. Yeah, we'll also tweet it out. You can watch WrestleMania on Peacock. It's only $4.99 a month. It's a great deal, and they're not a sponsor of the show. Just saying. I used to pay, Jesus, man, that's $60 a year. I used to pay $75 for one pay-per-view. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, come
no
on,
doubt.
it's like a
Danny,
no-brainer.
Before we finish predictions, TJ brought up a good point. He thinks Bobby Lashley's going to have a match tonight. I do think we are in for some surprise matches. Any thoughts? I'm picking.
Yeah, man, but we're a minute over, so I really
yeah,
do.
we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. That's
Enjoy
one of the problems.
WrestleMania, folks.
Yeah, man.
I can talk about this shit all day.
You know it.